Your audio sounds great.
Really?
Yeah, it sounds fantastic. Bam, we're live. You sound
All right, great.
yeah.
Awesome.
Your AirPods is that your AirPods that you're actually using?
No, that's what I was saying. My audio is weird. It's not connecting my AirPods. You want me to just do it this way?
Oh, yeah, this way is great. Hey,
Let me
dude,
take
a
them off.
lot of people use AirPods and they end up sounding like shit. They sound all scratchy and shit. The computers are getting so good. They have so many good speakers and microphones on them now. It's awesome.
It's amazing what they're doing with technology.
Hey, what time is it where you're at?
8 o'clock.
Oh, okay. 7 a.m. for me.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, maybe we have an echo. Maybe I spoke too soon.
Oh.
Nope, went away. That's good. I got up at 3 a.m. to watch the European semifinals.
Did you?
Yeah.
I have like old memories of watching. Remember when we had to do the update show and we would stay up? We would just stay up all night for Europe and Australia.
How many years did you do that?
2 or 3.
Did you enjoy that?
I loved it. It was great.
Yeah, it's cool, right?
Yeah, it was really fun. Yeah, old school update show when we were in there, it was live. Or no, we pre-recorded it. No, I don't remember.
Both.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Tony would be like, we'd be glued to our seats. There was wires everywhere. Once you sat down, you were in it. 5 hours, no moving.
Did you do it out of Santa Cruz or Scotts Valley for the headquarters there in that crazy room? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'll save that for another show. I was going to tell you about the stream this morning. Chase did a marvelous job.
He always does.
Yeah, he really killed it. I didn't watch the teams. I just watched the individuals. But basically he didn't have a lot to work with, but he ran with it for 2 hours and he fucking killed it.
That's awesome. I know I was laughing at Hobart's what was it the other day he was talking about the lack of necessity for being able to watch the teams.
Yeah. Where did he say that, on his Instagram or?
I think like Talking Elite Fitness or something like that.
Nicole, how you own CrossFit Roots?
I do.
And how long have you owned it?
We will turn 15 in 38 days.
Wow, congratulations. You're counting down. Are you having a party?
Yeah, we're having a giant party. You're invited. It's on the 28th of June.
Thank you. I think I was at your 10-year reunion.
Yeah, it was great.
Yep.
Yeah. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're actually moving the gym. So I'm in the thick of it. After this, I'm going to go work for the next 18 hours trying to get the gym ready because we're opening it at the new spot tomorrow morning.
How many times have you moved?
5. I mean,
holy cow.
Well, let me think about that. The garage doesn't really count. So we had our first space after the garage. That's 1.
What year was that?
2009.
Okay.
You never came to that one, but remember I ran into you at the Laughing Goat in Boulder?
Yeah, I do remember that. That was just really random. I was there filming something with Carrie. Yeah, and I was like, yeah, that was random.
You guys were there for not sectionals. What do we call them?
Oh, I thought I was there that was in Boulder I ran into you.
You were in Boulder, but anyways, I don't know. But so we moved from that space to the big 10,000 square foot space. So that was one real move. And then we got removed from the lease on that one. So we moved just recently and now we're moving again. So I guess three like real moves.
Are you in the place right now that I visited?
No. No.
Because the place I visited was massive.
Yeah, that was a great space. Love that space. We got to our lease, the time for the lease negotiations, and the landlord just emailed us and said they had chosen to end our tenancy, and they signed a lease out from under us with the people next door.
Oh, no shit. What was that business?
They were a concentrated coffee company.
Oh.
And this will surprise you.
Mm-hmm.
Concentrated coffee, since the pandemic is over, is maybe not doing as well because you can just go out for coffee.
Oh, do I know the company that's Concentrated Coffee?
It's called Jot.
Oh, no, don't know them. Okay.
Anyways,
are they still there?
I think so.
Oh, I thought you were insinuating maybe that they chose the wrong tenant.
Well, potentially, but we'll see. Only time will tell, Sevan. But it all worked out.
And why are you moving this time?
Because we need more space. So we
Oh,
went from
awesome.
10,000 to 4,800. 4,800 is not big enough, but we kind of had to wait it out because we also bought a building for the gym the month before the pandemic hit, which was terrible timing. So we pivoted, and now we're in this like gorgeous space. Landlord's amazing. He's like really supportive. The gym's beautiful. It's like perfect. Like, you know, when you walk into a space and you're like, that could be a CrossFit gym.
Yeah.
That was the space. You have to come see it.
Hey, you bought a building and then you never moved into it?
Yeah.
Oh god, that's stressful as shit. Did you and then you had to sell it?
No, we didn't sell it. We sold our house.
And kept the building?
Mm-hmm.
Was that a smart move? Commercial real estate?
Yeah.
Over
Yeah.
house? Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so it ended up being a net gain.
No, I have zero complaints.
Okay. And
Like,
you rent it out now?
we rented out to a bike shop.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Like
No,
an
it all
actual
works
place
out.
people can walk into and buy a bike and ride away on it?
Mhm.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. That's cool.
Hey, and bike sales skyrocketed during the pandemic. Skyrocketed.
Yeah, I guess I never really figured that out. I guess people wanted to be more physically active.
Yeah, all the fitness equipment places skyrocketed.
Yeah. So, yeah, so they're great. And they're in there. We just, you know, when the pandemic happened, like everything shut down. So we couldn't even do permitting. We couldn't do construction. We couldn't really get into the space. So we were just sitting on it. So
Hey, if I blink, just so you know, every time I blink, I'm taking a quick nap.
okay.
You know when you're that tired, when you blink and you take a nap?
Yeah, I'm kind of there with you. We've been building this new space out for like 2 weeks. I was like, all right, here we go.
I gotta
You know what I did the other day? I was so out of it.
what?
I was getting ready in the morning to go back to the new gym and to do the build out stuff. And I put perfume in my armpits.
Wow.
With deodorant.
Wow.
Yeah. I was just like, huh, okay.
I got one of those too. I think I've done like 2,000 shows with the Sevan podcast, and the other day, just like I was just in no-brainer mode, and I just left the podcast. I just stopped the podcast without even knowing. I just hit end. And I was on with Caleb, the guy who does the podcast with me. He's like, "Hey, dude, you just ended the stream." I was like, "No shit." Just straight autopilot.
Was there stuff going on in the background, like in your house?
No, I'm in a studio. I'm all set. I was just so out of it, and I was probably so tired, and we'd been on for 2 hours, and then I just accidentally hit the button and it was over.
I love that. It's amazing.
Hal Roberts. Nicole
Oh,
is
yeah.
my level 1
Aw.
15 years ago. She was and is a fabulous coach. Helped me survive Fran as one of the oldest attendees there.
That's amazing. Hi, Hal.
So I have a pretty unique relationship with Nicole. I've known her a long time. We've both been around CrossFit forever, and for many years, including this last year, she held this position that we affectionately call the Dave Whisperer.
Oh, yeah.
And when someone is running something as large as the games, they do not want lots of points of contact. They just want like 1 or 2 points of contact and then the information to funnel in. So if you want to talk to Dave, you'll do it through Nicole, and you'll always find Nicole near Dave. And then Nicole has like maybe 2 or 3 assistants that rotate in and out who help her make sure to get all the things that Dave needs. And it is a fucking wild job. It starts at 4 a.m., 5 a.m., and it goes to midnight, and it's 7 days straight. And the requests and things that come in, you can't even believe whether they're coming from Dave or from other people. There can be shifts just like in floor plans and just whole executions of things. It's wild.
Yeah.
And so I've had the fortunate opportunity, because when I do the behind the scenes, Nicole takes very, very good care of me, and we'll share locations so that I can always find Dave, so I can always film.
Am I still sharing my location with you?
I don't know, maybe. But I have a very and then if I have to complain about Dave being a dick, I just go straight to Nicole, and she's my sort of my therapist. So we have a
Those are my
very
favorite days of do you remember Tony and Dave? They would things would not be going maybe as the plan as we had planned.
Yes.
And Tony would get on the phone, he'd be like, "Tell Dave that he's a fucking idiot. Da, da, da. I said this wasn't gonna work." And then I'd be like, Dave, Tony's a little frustrated about the timeline.
Wasn't there a special code if someone was
Starbucks. I need a Starbucks.
and that means, hey, get the people around me to leave?
Get me out of here. Get me out of here. We have new code words now. We had to change it after a couple of years.
Extra sloppy. Really loving Sevy's new look. Thank you. My kids had lice. Oh, I burnt my head yesterday. I played tennis for 2 hours. It wasn't even sunny here. I shaved my head with a 1 because my kids had lice. And yesterday I played tennis for 2 hours. My head hurts. Kind of homeless, kind of gay. It's like California camouflage. Thanks for joining us, Nicole. Those are all the things. I am kind of homeless, kind of gay. Pardon me?
California camouflage is a thing?
It is. For $20, anything can be a thing.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
I'll accept it. I'll accept anything.
That's cool.
How did you your paths cross with CrossFit? How did you find CrossFit? What's your earliest memory of it?
Rudy Nielsen.
No shit.
There's a name from the past.
Wow.
I came home from college and I swam in college, and my mom had joined Gold's Gym, and I wanted to do strength training over the summer, and she's like, well, go to Gold's Gym, and they would like to hook you up with like 3 personal training sessions when you signed up. So I did that, and Rudy was my personal trainer person. So I did a couple sessions with him, and he was like, hey, you should check out this website, CrossFit.com.
This is at Gold's Gym. He was a trainer at Gold's Gym. Kind of the same roots as Greg.
Virginia. Yep.
Where in Virginia?
Alexandria, Virginia.
Wow.
Right there on Route 1. And he was great. I mean, I know things, lots of things happened over the years, but I mean, he was awesome. And, it was the classic CrossFit story. We were doing pull-ups on the whatever machine thing with the Gravitron, and then just not using the Gravitron, but there was no other pull-up bar that was accessible. And then doing Olympic lifts and squats and things in the room that had like the big machines, but that was like the only space for it. Doing overhead squats with those like those bars when you go to the gym, they're like covered in like rubber and they're kind of squishy.
Yeah, I have a couple of those in my garage. They come like in 3 pounds or 5 pounds.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what I learned to overhead squat on. But no, so he was great. And then I went to grad school, and when I was in grad school, I think I decided I just needed to run. So I worked at a running shop, but that's where that was at the same time that Learning to Breathe Fire, he's in the beginning part. Jerry Hill was in Philly under a bridge doing CrossFit, and then he moved back to Alexandria, Virginia, I guess. But yeah, and then I finally didn't take the plunge until I moved to Boulder in like 2007.
And why did you move? Virginia was home for you? That's where your mom and dad were? That's where you were raised?
Yeah, Virginia was home. I was in grad school in Philadelphia, and then after Philly, I got a job in Boulder and moved here.
Augustus Link, Sevan maxes out his deadlift with those, Nicole. He's very familiar.
Yes.
And why did you go to Boulder?
Well, I finished up my college career here, like undergrad. So I'd been here for like 2 years previously. It was completely random. I was trying to get a job out of grad school, and my professor was like, hey, there's this great foundation. I was doing land use planning. So like, better planning of cities, streets, use, and spaces. And
had Boulder exploded yet?
No, not like now.
Okay.
No, like half of Pearl Street was empty.
Okay.
Or like had for lease signs up. So yeah. Well, and it was 2007. So it was right before the
crash. Yep.
Yeah. So that's when, and then I lasted there basically for a year and a half, maybe. And then at the same time, I'd been doing CrossFit at the Boulder CrossFit, but Boulder CrossFit, it was a different one than now. Different owner. They closed.
Who owned that?
Jeff King. No, Jeff. No, not King. That was my swim coach when I was in high school. Jeff something.
Okay. Not Jeff Tincher. No, he's DC.
No. He's Jeff and Maggie are DC. Although I think they're moving. But so yeah.
There couldn't have been very many gyms back then. Less than 1,000 in the world.
Yeah. Yeah. There weren't very many. There was Front Range CrossFit. You probably remember that name. Skip. Um,
Yep. Hey, he had an athlete back in the day that I still see around. It's this
we had lots
girl.
of athletes, yeah.
I'm trying to remember her name. I always forget her name, but sometimes I'll be watching games
Oh,
footage and I'll see her, like, on a team or something go by.
really?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh,
She
that's
doesn't look
cool.
Yeah, she doesn't look like she's aged a day.
Oh, I would love to know who that is.
Oh,
That's awesome.
shit, did I really give you lice? Sevan gave me lice, I had to shave my head. Did I really give you lice?
Hi, Graciano. Did
Wow.
you really give him lice?
I don't know. I mean, I was at a party where he was at. I was at a party at Greg's house, and he was there.
Those things jump. Lice jump.
Crazy, crazy. Oh
Uh,
god, what if you got lice too? Heidi was there too. Yeah, it's better than crabs. Okay.
hmm.
Yeah, crabs are okay. They're easy to pick out, easier than lice. Can you see the comments?
Yeah, I'm just looking at I just clicked over. I don't, I'm not
Yeah, you don't wanna fall in
versed.
there. They'll
Yeah, I know.
hijack they'll steal the show from you.
Oh, okay. Sorry, guys, I'm not looking at the comments.
Um, and, 'cause there's a lot of funny comments, like Black Lives
Oh.
Matter. I mean, that's really good.
Oh, that is funny. That is funny.
Okay, so then in 2007, you're at Boulder CrossFit, and,
Mm.
did you fall in love with it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I was in. Like, from day one. I was the dork that was like, "Okay, here's the squat article. I'm gonna teach you guys the squat." Okay.
Would you always check, .com at 5 PM? Were you
Yes.
Yeah,
Eric and
okay.
I would sit there. We weren't, married or dating. Yeah, no, that was before that. We would both be in our own offices because we met at the place of work that we worked before we started the gym, and, we would just be in our offices waiting for that thing to post.
Wow, okay, so you really are old school.
Oh my god, that was the best.
And why did you like it, you think? Did it scratch that competitive itch, that you were missing from swimming in college? Or did you like getting strong, or what did you like about it? You like
Well,
hurting? You like sweating?
no, I mean, honestly, I mean, I really was like, "Oh, this is how I'm not gonna be fat and obese in my life."
Yeah.
I'm not joking because
Yeah. No, I get it.
because
You
I
wanted to keep a nice
I
figure. You wanted to have a nice body. You wanted to, like,
yeah,
feel
and
good on planet Earth. Yeah.
I ran, and I was a runner because I was like, "Well, I swam, and that's how I wasn't fat." And so
Mhm.
then I was like, well, when I stopped swimming in college, I was like, "Well, what am I gonna do?" So I was like, "Well, I'll run 70 miles a week because that's the only way that I'm gonna, like,
Sure.
counter sitting at a desk for 8 hours a day."
Yep.
Um, and then I read Nicole's article off the crack, obviously, and I was like, I no matter how much I ever ran, I never had abs ever. And there was something about the zone diet and I went all in. I mean, we did the zone. You remember the like do it for 2 weeks and you can have one cheat day at the end of 2 weeks. I mean, I was like in it. Then went to 2 times fat, then went to 3 times fat. Did the whole thing. There it is.
And did you have body composition changes right away?
Oh my god. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know,
I don't know.
crazy, right?
Crazy, and just still one of the best, so simple and everyone wants to complicate things years and make it, is it macros or is it zone? Like, I mean, I could go on and on about how macros is zone. If you look down at 90% of people's, macronutrient percentages when they do macros, but um, just such a simple article. And like, I mean, honestly, that article and CrossFit at that time changed my life forever. Forever.
Uh, so you get on it, you have the immediate, body composition, changes like we all had, like when we first started it, and, do you ever wonder, um I wonder this, I feel like at least once a month this pops in my head, I wonder what I would be doing if I would have never found CrossFit.
I think about this all the time. Oh my god, all the time. I can see what my body would look like.
Mhm. Wow.
Untrained, in
Uh-huh.
my head, I'm serious, like, I can see it, like, untrained for the past 17, 16 years, like, not doing strength work, not doing intensity, like, finding this, like, just being on this hamster wheel of, like, "Okay, now I had my first kid, now I keep eating less and less and less, but, like, I'm running more and more and more, but I'm still not, like, getting off the baby weight." Like, I play that shit out in my head all the time. Like,
In
I'm
tw
so yeah.
in 20 years, 30 years, the only I can only remember my mom crying 3 times. When her mom passed away,
Okay.
and twice in the last, 15 years when she thanks me for introducing her to CrossFit. Those are the only 3 times in my life I can remember tears coming from my mom's eye. That's
I
how
mean,
that's how that's how that's how incredible it is. I mean, we take it for granted now, but,
we do, but we take it for granted, sure. But at the same time, like when I really do, like now we're moving the gym, we're going to be open for 15 years. I do get like nostalgic and, I cry sometimes.
do you have an exit strategy, by the way?
No.
15 years is a long time. You gotta be like, "Okay." I mean, you have the building you're renting out. That's part of an exit strategy, right?
Yeah, so we've got a good long 10-year runway on the place we're at. I mean, my kids are not yet in middle school, but we definitely think about
Okay.
what
How
we
old
want.
are you?
I'm 43 as of
Okay.
2 days ago.
Alright, you're still young. Maybe too young for, exit strategy.
I just love what I do. Like I'm not trying to be cheesy like when I say it. Like I I mean when you think about all the things you can do in the world, just I love running my small business. I love being connected to my local community. I don't mean community in the cheesy way that the word gets abused all the time now, but like being connected to my local infrastructure and the humans that I see in my day-to-day life. And then I really love what I do. So I don't know if I would, you know, I could see myself backing out or just going to coaching. I mean, that's the other part is like, maybe there comes a point where we sell the affiliate, but I get to work at it and I get to coach and I get to do all the things that I love doing. It's not that I don't love running my affiliate, but I mean, the reason I got into it is because I love coaching.
I think this is supposed to be Nicole, but you could have
There's
a nickname,
Rios.
Nitro.
Rios.
Nicole taught my level 1 in 2013, was relentless about my squat depth. Still hear her telling me to squat lower today. I'm thankful.
Love that.
Crazy fit. That boy can snatch 245 and run a marathon.
I
Crazy
know.
fit.
That guy's awesome.
Yeah,
I
what a
ran into
specimen.
him. He was in his Tesla and I was in my car like a couple months ago and we were
Uh,
talking.
for those of you who don't know, the behind the scenes was completely edited by this year by Patrick Rios and Will Brandstetter. Patrick Rios did, I think, most of the heavy lifting, and he does the trailers for the Kill Taylor show, and he does the Matuthian Instagram account. And I'm so lucky to have run into him and met him. He's a truly remarkable character in the space. You know, his wife's pregnant.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Bella. Cool,
Oh,
right? What a
I'm gonna
cool
send you
couple.
some
What a cool
feedback.
couple. Have you met her?
Yeah, Bella was I've met Bella a couple different times. She's awesome. She also jumped in to one of the courses we filmed. She was like an athlete in the filming.
She showed up to the behind the scenes with no experience in,
Crushed it.
yeah, crushed it. No experience last year, showed up behind the scenes with Patrick, brought his wife. I hate it when people bring their wives or their significant others. She completely carried her weight. She grabbed a camera she'd never filmed before. She shot all sorts of vital footage that made it into the behind the scenes. She was a great team player. It was cool. It was like having an extra producer and a camera person on the scene. Yeah, it was cool.
You know, I have to
I'll work with Nitro. You
back.
If you work with Nitro, you get to call her Nitro, I think. Oh, okay. Is that your nickname?
Yeah, it
Okay.
is sort of. Pat's right. If you work with me and I know you, I feel like it's fine.
But if
Just like
not,
random people can't call me that.
okay.
Tosh gave me the nickname.
Oh, Brian Shantosh.
Mhm. I don't know why. It was like a 2013 or 14 thing. I think we were in Texas at a gig, and it was Nitro Crow, which I didn't totally get it. But then when Nicole and I started working closely together, Nicole Christensen, Nicole Carroll, all our initials were the same, and it was a disaster. So we had to have a name. So then Matt Swift, it was like in documents that it would be Nitro, but then Matt Swift started just calling me Nitro. It was awesome.
Is he
So
still on
it's
the
good.
seminar staff? Is Matt Swift still
No,
No.
he's a grandfather.
Crazy.
He's living it up. I miss him. One day I'm gonna get the kids out to Australia and we'll go bother Matt.
He wrote the seminar for
Masters.
Masters, yeah. And my mom took it and she said that in her mind it was better than the level 1. She took it over at CrossFit Roma. She was blown away by it.
I mean, well, if you know anything about Matt, it's not surprising that it's just so well thought out, put together, researched. Oh, look at that. Doesn't that just make you smile?
Yeah.
Ah, that's awesome.
He
Um,
competed at the 2008 and 9 games, I think.
yeah, and then he went on and had a pretty successful master's career, like competing
Crazy.
at the master's level. Matt was one of the first people I ever told that I was pregnant because we were I was in Australia for gigs for like 6 weeks. And I think I found out I was pregnant like the day before we flew over there. And then I got over there and was working with Matt, and it was super freaking hot in Brisbane. And I was like, so that was great. Everything you would hope for.
How many kids do you have?
2.
And you're level 4.
I am level 4.
And you're on seminar staff?
And I'm on seminar staff. And I work for CrossFit. I don't know what my title is. Don't worry about it. The only title I've ever really cared about is level 4 and CrossFit coach. So
what department do you work in?
EDU.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I do.
And that's like, training. I know that is training.
Yeah, I know. Me too.
Okay.
Me too.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you when you own CrossFit Roots, and it's in Boulder, and Eric Rosa also owned a gym. Him and his wife owned a gym in that town. And they owned the gym when the sale went through.
Yeah, they did.
And did you know him before then?
No. I mean, I knew his name and I knew who he was.
And you knew of the gym, but you weren't like, your gyms weren't
they
like.
were kind of that wave of gym. I mean, full transparency. They were that wave of gym when it was like Reebok's coming in. Here's a Reebok gym. I think they got some games athletes to kind of be part of the gym to attract people. And they had the Self magazine, when you pay for like top 5 gyms in America.
Oh, yeah.
So they kind of came up with different financials than we did.
Yeah.
One starting out of a garage, one with a little bit different backing. So just different, just different vibes, different gyms.
And his, what, like you said, like, I mean, like this isn't a secret, but he made a significant amount of money selling his company to Oracle. So his maybe was more like of a hobby gym.
100%. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then is that gym still around?
Yeah.
It is still around. How many gyms are in Boulder?
3 or 4. CU just opened one, like a nonprofit or a college gym. I was pretty excited for those guys.
You were excited. You're not threatened by other gyms.
No.
Okay.
I've never no. If I was threatened by other gyms, I wouldn't have opened my affiliate where anybody could open their gym wherever they wanted to.
I normally don't think about you unless it's approaching games time, or it's unless it's approaching games time. And then I saw CrossFit. You popped on my radar again because CrossFit did a video where you were teaching a class, and I saw it got crazy reviews in the comments, and it has 27,000 views, which is huge for that station. What was the, and I watched the entire video, 54 minutes, and it's you teaching a class, and I have just a ton of questions about it. First of all, that's not your gym?
No.
Okay.
We went to Ute CrossFit in Salt Lake. The project was Eric O'Connor and I, so we both went and taught, and then Matt Bishel and Eric Preston came to film it. So it was super fun, but we decided to go to a gym that was not Eric's gym or mine. And then Eric's in Salt Lake, and he comes to Boulder a lot and has horrific track record with getting out of Boulder on his flight. So we decided to go to Salt Lake.
And Eric has taught more seminars than anyone alive on planet Earth.
I don't know who's ahead, him or Chuck, but Eric is definitely one of the top 3. That guy's amazing. He's a machine.
Yeah, he is a machine. He is amazing. And he's been around forever too. He used to compete with Spieler. He was Spieler's training partner, Chris Spieler.
Yeah. Eric and I we were interning for seminar staff at the same time.
And in that video, it's a full class with basically no break. It shows the entire class. I think the video is 54 minutes long, so the entire duration of the class. And when I watched that video, if I didn't know it wasn't your gym at first, but once I knew it wasn't your gym, it kind of made more sense to me.
I mean, obviously there's a little bit more assessment because I don't know these athletes, but I think one of the things that got maybe missed in that is that even if those had been my athletes, that time wouldn't have gone away. We wouldn't have just been like, oh, well, I know you, so let's go do the workout. We would have just made that more higher level practice to get to that point, if that makes sense, right?
Yeah,
like, it's not like, because I think there was a little some of the stuff that we were doing, I just had to be able to see like what people's norm was.
Yep.
But that doesn't mean that we wouldn't do negatives or that we wouldn't do some type of like time under tension on the lowering phase in warm up. That's one of my favorite parts of that video. Such a great little moment there. So I tell him right in that moment, I think I say something like I say like, try and see your fingertips with your head or with your eyes when you come down. But then he basically takes his eyes to his fingertips.
Oh,
Really cute. You see him go to the side. Anyways, so yeah, so it's a full class and I'd never met those. There it is. So I told him to like, I think I was like, trying to be able to see your fingertips at the bottom. So then he like goes, he's like looking closely at his fingertips.
and you meant more just using your periphery.
Yeah, exactly. So it was easy. I just kind of like tapped more here, like bring your head down this way.
So when I saw this video, I was like, wow, this is an incredible resource for all trainers out there, anyone teaching a class.
Yes.
And yet, maybe, and correct me if I'm wrong, maybe all of that information could have been disseminated. If it was your class, it could have been disseminated over 5 classes. Meaning if you would have known all of those students already, if those would have all been your clients, maybe one client would have gotten that kind of attention, but not all of them. But it shows you doing it with all of them. Like are you normally that active in a class?
Yeah.
You are.
Yeah.
You are.
Yeah.
Because
I mean,
what about this? What about two of the people, they're in the middle of the workout and you stop them and talk to them? What about that part? Would you normally do that in your class?
I would 100% normally do that in a class because long-term threshold training and long-term intensity is way better bang for your buck than that one day moment that you overlook it. Right. So I think that's probably we hear that all the time. Like, would you really want me to like stop a person during the workout? And I think the caveat to that question is, or not caveat, the precursor to that question is, if you're doing your job as a coach, that necessity to stop somebody in a workout or have that conversation should be once a month. If you're doing enough assessment and you know your athletes on the front end, you're doing enough work to get everybody scaled to the right option and know the result and call your shot, then that doesn't need to happen that often. If it's a shit show and you get to the start line and then it's like, oh crap, everything just blew up. Well, that's not going to work. You can't stop somebody all the time. And since I didn't know those guys, I mean, I can't remember what the 2 times were. Well, there was the handstand push-up one, which I think Eric and I did a little brief on that one because that was one where you don't want to go into a class 2 and just not think anybody can do anything. And so he got 4 of the 5 reps and I had said 5 and I was like, oh, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. And then it quickly became evident that that was not going to be a good result. And so we just switched it on the fly. But I think you get the person to that moment too. There's a big difference between saying, I don't think you can do that versus I want you to be able to get 5 and then saying, did you get 5? And then having the person be able to say no, because that's them reinforcing and figuring it out on their own.
Right.
I actually stole that from my kids' gymnastics coach, because one of the things they do is if they're going to compete a skill in a meet, they have to do it 5 times in a row perfectly in practice before they're ever allowed to like consider doing it in a meet. So like they'll have like 5 beams set up and like she'll do like a back walkover and then she'll go to the next beam and she'll do a routine with the back walkover. And if she comes off the beam, she's got to go back to the first beam, try and work herself all the way through 5 without coming off. And that's like kind of how you prove the capacity in your head, right? It's the whole thing of repetition, right? And so I think that kind of, anyways, that was a long-winded way of saying that kind of helps put it back on the athlete for them to also start taking some like understanding of like what they need in warm-up to be able to do that thing in the workout.
And you sort of answered my question, or kind of relieved, because I got a little bit of anxiety when you stopped the athlete in the middle. I was like, oh shit. And I just work out in my garage. I don't work out in an affiliate, but like I don't let anyone interrupt me once I've started a workout, even if my kids come in there, if the house was on fire.
What if I was in your garage?
What if you were in my garage? then maybe I would have to stop. But my kids will come in there and try to talk to me, and I just ignore them. Or I'll put my hand on their face and just like give them a fucking little shove like back.
Yeah,
okay.
But like think about it. That's not. But like think about I use sports analogies all the time because I think people take CrossFit and sometimes it's like we're in our own category, sure. And sometimes it's like, no, if we're going to say that CrossFit and sport are interrelated and coaching and the concepts are interrelated with sport, like if you go to a football practice and the coach doesn't like the way a play is going, what do? They stop it. They don't let the whole thing run out, and they make some corrections, and then they go and they do it again, right? Or, okay, yes, in a game, you can't stop a play in the middle of it, but you can call a timeout before the next play happens.
Yeah,
Like, these
and
are
that's
not
the way
concepts that are
and
like,
that's the way you made it sound too. Once you told me that it's not like something that happens every day, it's like something that like it might happen to you once a month. Like, okay, get my head wrapped around it. But I also I'm gonna tell you, I felt way differently about the video once I knew it wasn't your class.
yeah, of course.
I felt way, way different, but it took me a second. I didn't real maybe I text you last night. I don't know when I realized it, but at some point I realized it and I'm like, "Oh shit, that's not her class."
Yeah, but I think that that's the whole thing is like,
It
you
felt like a level 1. It felt like those people when I think of people, I think of them coming to a gym to work out, and you were letting them work out, but also, like, giving them a massive education.
okay, sure. And so now think about it like if you came to Roots all the time and you're getting those little tidbits of education every single day,
Yep, yep,
when you come to class, I don't have to go through all the teaching points of how you're going to set your hands up. I'm just
right,
correcting the couple people that I see. And then
right.
maybe I'm like, oh, they're new. I need to go on a one off and let them know like this is how to place their hands. So yeah, you're not going to go through all the motions. But at the same time, if I hadn't done that with a new group of people, you also have to realize too, like it seemed a little dry because we couldn't play music.
Uh-huh. I didn't
And
think it
this
was
is
dry. I didn't think it was dry. Eh,
what?
I didn't think it was dry.
Okay.
I thought it was, I didn't get bored once. It was 54 minutes long, which was crazy just to see someone teach a class, and I thought it was very reminiscent of how, probably Greg taught his classes, like, very reminiscent. It's exactly how he described, and I thought, "Holy shit, every trainer should see this."
Well, that's nice of you to say. I think that that's that's kind of my caught. Like that's something that I feel very strongly about and that was really like this project, this idea we've been tossing this around for a while because I think all of us on the content team and in EDU, it's like what's one of the, my brother told me this, so I don't know where, he's the education expert. But you have to show what success looks like. And so if we sit there and we write about CrossFit and we talk about CrossFit and then we show Hobart doing a perfect squat, which we have to have those videos, they're fantastic, but we also then have to be able to put all that into play and show somebody what it actually looks like, And so it was really just an effort to put something out there. It's not perfect. Like there's stuff that I could go back and be like, oh, I wish I would have done that differently. I didn't like the way that came out. I wish I would have followed up with them again. But like we have to put that stuff out. And Greg used to do that all the time. There's so many old videos of that type
Uh,
of stuff.
Extra sloppy, you could tell she was coaching a group of people she had never coached before. Well, thanks for throwing me under the bus. And that group of people were not where you'd hope they'd they they'd been. They be, to put it nicely.
I don't know. So that's the thing. It's like, it's so hard. I mean, it's so hard to go into any other gym. Like they could have known all that stuff, but I'm just saying it in a different way that they've never heard. And they've got to like come online with the way that I say things. Like
There
there's
isn't
so
near
much that
Go ahead, go
isn't
ahead,
nearly
go ahead. Go ahead.
a
What were you gonna say?
Um,
I'll read this anyway, fuck it.
yeah,
There
yeah,
isn't
yeah.
nearly enough coaching and way too much programming in most affiliates. In the worst of scenarios, there's not enough of either, and they're running 45-minute classes routinely. You obviously, I mean, if you've been around 15 years, you found what keeps people there.
Mhm,
And you have a success. Would you consider your gym successful?
I would.
Yeah. From the 10-year anniversary that I went to, I would consider it a very strong community. It was a fucking shitload of people who showed up.
It was fun.
Yeah.
Um,
Why
yeah, people
why
stay.
haven't you Go ahead, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Why
Why?
haven't you opened a second gym?
Ugh, I don't want to do that.
No.
No.
Never even enters your mind. And and Boulder is an active town, so you have, and it's a college town, so you have not only you have old people, um, by old I mean over 30, who want to stay in shape,
Yeah,
but you also have fresh new people that you can always introduce CrossFit to all the time.
right. Actually, what's really crazy? Guess what the average age of our open participant was this year?
48.
Yeah, like 46.2.
Yeah.
That's insane. I mean, we had a
It's
shit
an
ton.
old fit community. It's a really old fit community
Well, that's, I
when
mean,
I think of it.
demographically, we're not really feeding the base. Like that's I've thought about that. Like,
What do you
we
mean
need,
by that?
well, just, when you think about the people that found CrossFit when they found CrossFit 15 years ago, it was a little bit out there.
Mhm.
It was rogue. You were not part of the mainstream, right?
Right, right.
And you didn't have kids, and
Mhm.
you could go and do all this stuff on, and you could figure it out, and you could just put all your time and your energy into it. And then slowly that groups, okay, they started to get married, then they started to have kids, then they started to see CrossFit. Now they kind of like evolved with CrossFit from like
Mhm.
maybe more of a competitive element to like, now I'm going to do this for my life, right? And
Mhm.
I'm going to do it to stay healthy and be great for my kids and all that. And so we grew that demographic, right? They like kind of went
We
through.
all wanted to be games athletes.
Why
Yeah.
not?
When I came into CrossFit, everyone wanted to be a games athlete, but the games were definitely not what the games are today. It was like a
No.
but we all if you in 2008 when you saw the games program, you're like, okay, I'm going to do all those workouts, and now
Yeah,
it's not like that.
no. But I think that's the thing is that, so then now if you look at just like where people are coming from, where society is, where 20 to 30 somethings are in the world, if we really, want to feed the base, we got to like, make sure that they're getting that injection of CrossFit at a younger age, so that they can grow up with it, you know?
How young is young?
Well, I mean, my 8 and 10-year-olds eat meat and vegetables, nuts and seeds, some fruit, little starch, and no sugar,
Right, right, right.
Um, but yeah, I mean, as young as possible.
Good
Uh,
reminder of the bottom of the pyramid.
mhm. It's such a good reminder.
Um,
So simple. But yeah, so I mean, I think in terms of membership piece and people staying, I think that's that's where all the coaching stuff comes into play. It's like you have to deliver results to people, and you have to deliver a good and organized class. That's like a non-negotiable. That's like literally what people are coming to you for. I go, I've, ranted about this before, and I love the use of the word community, but there's a very dangerous flip there, right? Like, we all came and we found CrossFit, and you and I became connected because we had this foundation of CrossFit, and then that became the community around it. If we flip that and it's like, no, we're a community and we do this thing called CrossFit, like that's very different.
mm, mm.
And I think that there's this, when you think about what people are coming to you for your gym, like I was very aware of it. Like right after the pandemic, when we would do intros, we'd be like, okay, we always sit people down, like, how can we help? And like, oh, I'm just looking for a community. And I'm like, well, knitting has a community, wine has a community. Like you can join communities around any central thing, but like CrossFit, we're we believe in high intensity. We believe in meat and vegetables, nuts and seeds. We believe in, constantly very functional movements executed high intensity. Like that's what we do. And then if you're bought in on that and you're ready to do the work and all that shit, then like, yes, you can, well, the community will bring you under their wing. So I think that's the other part. Like when you think about like why people stay at our gym, it's because like they know what CrossFit is. We do CrossFit. We want to
Hey,
get better at skills. We want muscle ups. We don't like eliminate the hard shit. We don't say you don't need a snatch once you're over 65. I don't know.
I really like what you just said. That's fucking an awesome distinction. We all squat below parallel, and because of that, we're friends. Um, not we're friends first, and then it's very interesting. And I love that. I get triggered by this word when people say, so and so is using me, like it was something bad. And like my best friends are my friends I played frisbee with in college, and we were both using each other. No one wants to play frisbee by themselves, and it has this bad word if like you're using someone, but once you accept that, I mean, I know people don't wanna be trampled over and robbed and thieved from, but that's the whole cool thing about being a CrossFitter is setting that bar high, setting that example, and letting other people use you as a kind of like a beacon or a North Star. And then we
Yeah.
all sort of do that to each other.
I mean, have you ever thought about like what your day to day would be like if you didn't get all these aspirational moments throughout your day? Like, I mean, I could think like if I
All
just
my
even
clarity comes from when I work out. All my clarity comes from when I
but
work out.
I mean like what you're surrounding yourself by in terms of yes, it's the runoff of the community or whatever the aspirational pieces that then make you more bought in. But like just think about like you wake up and like I go to the gym and like my coaches are sitting there and they're eating food out of a Tupperware. Okay, well there's
Yeah.
like a reminder in my head that I got to eat. I got to eat well. I
Yeah.
don't get to have an excuse that like I've been moving my gym for 3 weeks and I'm fucking tired and it would be easy to just order takeout.
Yeah.
Right? And then we did move the gym for time yesterday, which was super fun. I take all the
That
equipment and
sounds highly manipulative, by the way.
well, so everyone always gives me shit about that. And I'm like, yeah, I call bullshit on that. Like, one, yes, I have cars. My dad was like, so what are you doing? Because he goes to the gym, but he's 82. And he's like, it would be a lot more efficient, Nicole, if we just loaded the equipment into my car and I would just drive it over there. And I'm like, I know, Dad, like this is a fun thing. Like I completely get it. I'm not using people to move the equipment. I get we're going to do 95% of moving all the shit with cars and trucks. It's the idea that you can use your body to do something that's not a fucking perfect barbell with a clock and it's just literally do the job. Oh yeah, there's Whitney.
Hey, and you know what else is cool about that too?
What?
Now everyone's invested in the gym too.
Yeah.
I brought that there. I set that there. I was here on day one. I helped, like they're bought in.
Well, and I think that if we try to make our businesses at the small business level like too professional, and I'm not saying that we're not trying to be professional, but like if you make it too professional, like you kind of take out some of the necessity of what it means to be a small business and like how you bring people together.
You can be professional and still be real. And
Yes.
and you know what's interesting? The media space is kind of trippy like that.
Yeah.
Look how big Joe Rogan is. 10 times the audience is CNN. He's
Okay.
professional, but he's real. Like if he drops a pencil on the ground, he picks it up and no one catches. No one's like tripping. But if the guy at CNN drops their pencil, yeah,
Take a
and
timeout.
has to bend down and pick it up. Yeah, right, exactly. You know what I mean?
I
Or if
know.
someone says an F-bomb on the show, on ESPN, they got to apologize for it. Whereas like on Joe Rogan, they don't have to apologize for it. There's just this yeah, you can be very professional. You can sit up straight, you can wear clean clothes, you can be on time, you can have accountability and responsibility for what you're saying. Well, and that's the other thing. Professional people don't have accountability and responsibility, I feel like.
Well, there's that too. But actually, just what you said too, kind of is one of the whole things that I'll be honest, we toyed with. We were like when we put that video out, it's just raw.
Yeah.
That's everything I said. That's
Yeah.
me, just
Yeah.
unedited.
Like when you said, "Hey, I forgot your name."
Yeah,
What was your name? Yeah.
Sarah or
Sarah.
Emily, one of them.
Sarah, you got it.
Yeah. Um, and so I think that that's the other part is that if you're
That
gonna
made
show
it feel real. That was a learning moment. Sorry to interrupt you, but
no,
that was
but you're
because
right.
most people won't, and there was also a learning moment there because most people are too embarrassed to ask someone's name again when they forget it, and that's fucking ridiculous too.
I mean, there are basic human interactions that I think we are too shy to entertain. And really, it's just like being human. You're going to forget somebody's name. You're going to forget like sometimes on the whiteboard when I write everybody's name up, okay, so we have Alan and Adam, and they both
Mhm,
used to come to 6 p.m. class.
mhm,
And half the time I'll write Alan. I know it's Adam, but on the
mhm.
whiteboard, I'm like, oh shit, sorry, you know? Rather than being like weird and shy about it and like not talking about it. I don't know.
I have this friend, and he used to be married to a Miranda, and now he's married to a Mariah.
And
And
you've made that error.
I've called Mariah straight to her face Miranda many times. It's like, oops.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I
Hey,
just found an old creepy photo actually of Boz and Miranda and I. We got stuck in an airport coming home from a gig and it was Christmas time.
uh-huh.
We're all sitting on Santa Claus's lap.
A real Santa Claus?
Yeah, there was like a Santa in the airport. I don't know if I can find it. It's so creepy.
I like it.
Oh. Anyways.
Hey, does your gym have a dress code?
A what?
A dress code?
No.
Have you ever had to tell someone that what they're wearing is inappropriate?
No.
Oh, okay. All right.
I don't do that. That's not us.
That's not you.
No.
I saw some
Is that a thing
outfits.
right now?
Part
I
I've
don't pay attention to a lot of this stuff.
Okay, well, that's good on you. I saw some outfits. I see outfits that maybe I'm just getting old, like, but I see some outfits where I'm just like, I don't know if you should be wearing that.
Oh, well, okay. I mean, there's a
I
difference between
I
what
never see guys doing that either, by the way. It's just girls.
really? Are you
Yeah.
sure?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about that. You know,
You see boy you not that you have a dress code, but you see boys and girls both like, "Hey, that probably wasn't a good choice for your outfit."
I'm
I'm
not
not
saying
talking about people coming
him,
in
but
work
I
boots. I'm
see
talking about
out
people, like, wearing stuff that's inappropriate, like their body's falling out of their outfit.
oh, yeah, I mean, okay. Like, there are limitations to buying the right size that can enhance or not
Right.
enhance what you're
Right.
wearing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But no, I mean, we don't have, like wasn't there a thing years ago about, like,
I
not
remember Graham had a no shirt you had to keep your
I was
shirt on policy.
I
And
would have quit. Sorry,
y
Graham. I
yeah,
would have quit.
that part I'm
And
not
it's funny
a
because I was gonna post a photo today of so we walked me and a couple of the coaches, we walked from one gym to the next with the yoke, which is sort of this tradition, although I don't plan on ever moving again to make it a bigger tradition. But the Whitney was there and she took a photo of us afterward, and we all have our shirts off, and everyone's got it's like abs, 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 and I was like, God, this is fucking cool.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, taking our
Yeah,
shirts off.
yeah, because it's also showing the product. It's like where all the hard work is. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I more and more I'm seeing stuff and I'm like, wow, like it just seems too revealing to me. Maybe, but I'm getting more and more conservative and old.
In
So
your old age. Yeah. I
yeah,
mean, I think that I cannot see a scenario where I would have a dress code. I think
I
the
don't mind
point
breastfeeding in public. It's not like that. It's not like
see, that's funny you said that because I actually found it really fucking annoying when people would come and breastfeed on the couch right next to all the back squats going on. There, I said it. Eric was
How
like,
dare you, Nicole? That is nature. That is sustenance being transmitted.
"Yeah, that's fine. That doesn't mean that everybody has to participate in it. I get it." I just I think that's the thing is that, the more the years that you own an affiliate, the more things that, you have 300 different personalities and people coming into your gym and what they wear, how they feel about a certain thing. It's like, you really just have to filter it through like what's important to you at your affiliate. And it's like, so, for us, like, you're not special. Like, nobody's special. I got that from my mom, right? Like, you get to play by the same rules as everybody else. You don't get to not sign up for class and then come to class. You don't get to be in the way of the class because you're a competitor. Like, you're not special. And then the second thing is just like there are basic rules of basic ways that we're going to run the gym. Like, if you're going to do the workout, you're going to put your name up. We're going to put your name on the board, and you're going to say your time. And if you're like, I don't want to say my time. I'm, you're not going to do well here, right? And so it's okay for you to find another gym. So I think like you set those basic things, and then, but yeah, if it's not taking your shirt off or whatever, then I guess that's your thing. I don't know.
Women should breastfeed at home. You're out of your fucking mind.
Okay,
Uh,
okay, time out. So I didn't say that. This actually was
oh,
this was
hold on, it gets worse. Hold on, it gets
I'm
worse.
sure I'm not even gonna read them.
Hold on, you get ass pounded here. Heidi, breastfeeding is not sexual. First of all, breastfeeding is very sexual. It's not sexual to you, but let me tell you something. We have a friend who just had a baby, and I heard my kids in the back of the car talking. Well, I heard one of my 7-year-olds tell my other twin and the 9-year-old, "Hey, I saw her nipple."
Mm.
And this lady's tits are huge now, and like don't tell me it's not sexual. Like it's not sexual for her, but for every fucking dude with a heartbeat, it is. So she dislikes breastfeeding. No, she doesn't want them breastfeeding behind the squat rack when people are trying to be focused and there's these big old titties hanging out, right? That's how I understood it.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. Like, and the thing is, like, we had plenty of space not to do it right in front of the squat rack. Like, that's what I'm saying is like, it's just, I don't know. Somebody said this to me the other day where it's like,
Yeah,
if you
okay, there's your point. You have plenty of other space to do it, not behind the squat rack.
and
Right.
we had a whole couch and room. I mean, I breastfed when I was at the gym.
Yeah.
I just think like trying to make a point of it, like I'm going to do it right next to all the dudes squatting.
Yeah.
That's fine. I mean, if that's your thing, but there's another space that might be, a little bit more like we're all in this together and here we are. And here's a nice comfy couch that's still in a public place within the gym.
I was, do you know who Allison NYC is?
Yeah. Yeah.
I was at the beach with her. This is, I don't know, 6 months ago or a year ago. And it was just like me and her at the beach and then like some people surfing and we're sitting next to each other. And our kids are playing. And she's wearing this wife beater and she has huge boobs. And her kid comes over and pulls down both her wife beater underneath her tits and starts breastfeeding, right? I'm trying to act cool, And then the kid stops breastfeeding and she just leaves her tits out. So there's these two huge tits. And then every once in a while, like a guy will walk by with the surfboard. And I'm just like, look straight, Sevi. Look straight. I'm glad. Okay, hold on. Let me check that off my list. Work boobs into the show. Got it. Okay.
There you go. Done. We've done it.
Check
No,
that
I just, everyone's got their own opinion. Like I'm not going to look at the comments, but I'm sure there's like 20 different perspectives on what should be done. And I think there's a lot of things as an affiliate owner, like you don't have to have an opinion about everything too.
And just so you know, she said she breastfed at the affiliate. So everyone settled down. She's
I know, level 1 even there. Damn it.
Would you say when going back? So you were saying this thing about how the gym needs to deliver results and there needs to be organized classes, and then you also talked about the community, and the community is built around the fact that we're all there doing CrossFit, right? Would you say that there's any, and let's just say in the most superficial sense or generic sense, it's the movements, right?
Yeah.
Would you say that? Would you say that there's a psychological profile for those people who do CrossFit too? Like you would say something to like they're all into personal accountability or personal responsibility, or they're all people who drive electric cars, or like, is there any way you could anything you would add to
another Boulder Day?
Yeah, kind of. I'm just thinking, is there anything else you see?
I think it's I don't know if everybody's into personal accountability when they first come.
Mhm.
I think that's even like a buzzword just in the world and, places, and resilience. We're teaching resilience and, all these like buzzwords around that. But
basically, no one owes you anything and no one's coming to save you. That would be another way to say it. No one owes you, and you can really create a really happy, if you live by those two principles, you'll be a really happy person.
And
no
so
one
I think
owes you
that
anything.
from a Roos perspective, I know that my coaches, for, whether we attract that sentiment or they just have that sentiment and they've come to the gym, I think collectively that is probably the underlying thing that really is something that they hold near and dear to all of them, of like, nobody's responsible for getting you to work hard. Nobody's responsible for, you have to show up and you have to do the work. No, because nobody is coming to save you. That being said, if you surround yourself by all these people, you are putting yourself in one of the best possible places on a day-to-day basis to have all of that awesome shit run across your brain every single day. And then that does bleed out into making better choices, coming to the gym more. I mean, you see it all the time. Someone signs up for like a 3 times a week membership and they're like, oh, I don't work out 4 times a week. I don't work out 5. And then within 7 months, they're like, I need to go to unlimited. And then all of a sudden they're coming 5 days a week and they're doing a double 1 day a week. And I think I think it's the potential to change your habits, but I don't know if that's something that people come in with saying, that's why I'm here. I do think that there's a big, and I know this has been something I stress at the gym, is that I want people to know what CrossFit is. I don't want them to just come and be like, oh, I go to this CrossFit gym. I want them to know why we do intensity. I want them to know about GPP. I want them to know about the power output curve. I want them to know that when their Fran time gets faster and their Cindy time gets faster and their 5K gets faster, or Fran and their Cindy time get faster, it's because a contributing factor was they ran a 5K every quarter for the past year. Like, I want them to make those connections, because without that foundation, it's like, you don't really know what you're doing or why you're doing it.
Or
And, you know,
why, I guess.
and I think that's so important. Like, that is one of the things that distinguishes CrossFit from so many other things that call themselves fitness or whatever. Um, is that there's a reason why we do this stuff, and the shit fucking works. It fucking works. I mean, and people see it all the time, but to trust it, and that's where the coaching piece comes in. To trust it, that's not an overnight success. That's you coming in and 7 years ago not having a pull up and having a coach that forced you through focused practice, you know, every single time that you came to the gym and held you to a higher standard for you to allow you to see what was possible. And then 7 years later, after having 2 kids and starting without a pull up, they get their first muscle up. Or they're like, hey, you know what? I just ran a 5K 10 minutes faster than I did 7 years ago. But I don't think that happens if you just come, if you don't have some understanding of what CrossFit is, because I think that's what makes the coach's job harder. And I know that, you know, I didn't read the comments, but I know I talked to some people about the video and stuff, and it was like, well, do you do that every day at the gym? And yes, we practice the movements every single day at the gym when we're there with our, you know, like in class. It's like, I just don't know how you know,
I don't know how you would do. I don't know. I can't believe that gyms don't do that either.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just think that in a big picture, all the shit that Greg wrote about how to do it and why to do it, and the linkages between refinement of skills from the gymnastics community and the Olympic lifting community, and the intensity piece, it works and it's there. And so I know I'm like one, you know,
Listen to
one,
this question. This
yeah.
is a great question and ridiculous at the same time.
Oh, good.
Nicole, do you think some people are too good to do classes?
I think some people can be too good to do classes if the coach hasn't stayed ahead of the curve. So if you're, I mean, there are instances of that, right? Like if you have an athlete
I didn't think
now,
you were gonna answer that like that. Go
yeah.
on, go on.
So, but I think that comes down to the coach responsibility of like, my job as a coach is to stay 10% better than the best athlete at my gym as a coach, not as an athlete.
Right, right, right. Good
That shit
distinction.
failed.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But like we owe it to them to be able to deliver to a higher level. And so if, yeah, like if I've got Megan Way in my class uh for a handstand push-up, yeah, I've had to go. I mean, I will put Megan Way again up against any, okay, Megan, I'm throwing you under the bus. Megan actually worked with Dave as like the best handstand push-upper in the world. But I had to get better to be able to coach her within the structure of my group class. And so maybe that's, you know, maybe for handstand walking, it's understanding like the balance point walking up an object and then having her walk up an object, because yes, doing 10-foot walks every minute on the minute for skill work is not going to be challenging for her. Right. And so like we have to stay ahead of the curve of our athletes. Otherwise, yeah, I do think there are times where, you know, if you take out like the obvious, like the social, the fun part of class, and like any athlete could go and get the social fun part, right? But if you're trying to make the athletes better going to group class, I think you have to stay ahead. Now, in terms of like, if you are ahead, do I think that like a competitive athlete can do well in class? 100%. And I think they should. Doug Chapman used to say this, you know, remember Doug, Julie's old coach? If you are the best athlete in your gym, if you're saying that like the competitive piece and like having people to train against is your thing, and you don't think you should go to class or whatever, he's like, you should be able to beat every single person in every single class in every single workout. So it can't be like, well, I'm good at the, like, yeah, I'll snatch heavier than everyone else. But when it comes out to Cindy, like I'm going to get smashed by endurance dude. It's like, no, you don't get, like, you got to be up there if you're really like at the top, at that top niche level.
It runs parallel to my kids' coaches for the things my kids do.
Yeah.
I'm skill level wise, I'm not nearly. I'm like nowhere near them. Like I don't know shit about tennis or skateboarding or fighting, but my kids spend a lot of time doing those three, like a lot, like daily doing fighting, skateboarding and tennis, like daily. And if
Yeah.
I don't feel like, and I feel like I'm in a competition with the coaches. And if I'm ever winning that competition, I know that coach isn't good. If I go there and my kids haven't done enough practice, or if I didn't get them there on time, or if the coach didn't call me and been like, hey, where were you today? Like, if I don't get that, like, if I'm not feeling guilty or scared of my kid's coach, then I don't fucking want them. Like, that's what I want to feel from the coach. Like, some like, oh shit, like I'm letting the coach down.
Yeah, I've experienced that with my kids' coaches as well.
Right? You wanna feel like you're losing that battle because you need that pressure. Because it would be so easy to be like, "Okay, it's 3:30 and it's gonna rain, probably I'm not gonna take him to tennis today." And then you don't go and it doesn't rain and you're not there and the coach calls you and you're like, "Hey, what's up?" We're in the middle of a overhead, serving, whatever, cycle, and you missed a day. And you're like, "Oh, fuck." You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you don't wanna fuck that up. You're trying to get the best shit for your kids, and you want someone who's, like, holding you personally accountable. But it's kind of along that same way, that 10% that you said. And you want your athletes to feel like they're going there. People are going there to get something.
Well,
You
and
know
there's
what
a
else I offered? Some people want to offer drinks and showers and smoothie bar and coffee shop. And you're like, hey, if you come here, you're going to get better because I'm going to stay ahead of you.
yeah,
That's what
and
you're.
yeah. I mean, you cannot coach the lowest common denominator and provide results to your gym. There's
Wow,
no
that's some Greg shit right there too. Yep.
You can't do it. You have to set the bar high, and that's, whether it's the whole, you know, surrounding yourself with people that are better than you, like that's a scary concept for a lot of human beings in the world right now, right? Like it's not.
Say that again. Sorry, I was reading something. I didn't listen to you, Nicole. I'm
No,
so sorry. Please,
no,
please. I'm so
it's
sorry. Forgive me.
okay. Oh, you have too many things going on. I can't. I had to turn the comment thing off. That's too much.
Say that thing again. What do you remember
Um,
what you just said?
uh oh well, humans right now, like putting yourself in like, if you think about it, how do you get better? Like one of the most proven things is to surround yourself with people that are better than you, right?
I
And
thought you were
like
gonna say stop watching porn. Go on. This is
that
getting
is that's the next message of the
okay.
day, kids. Uh, but that's scary for people, and our current
Yeah, it is scary.
society and how people talk about everything is like, oh, got to be safe, and can't be too far out of your comfort zone and stuff. And it's like, if you can change that and just be like, and call it out in your classes, like keep telling the stories of how the person went from here to here and help people see that, then people aren't nervous, right? But how many times have you, as an affiliate owner, it's been like, well, you know, everyone's a lot better than me in class. And it's like, yes, and that's a good thing. And this
Yeah.
is why it's good for you. And we're going to talk about it. You're going to feel good about it. Again, it's having that conversation of like, I forgot your name.
There's that, I heard Serena Williams say it, that basically if you're not even at my level, if you're not failing in training, you're not getting better.
Yeah.
And it's like,
What
you
do you
look
have
at
to
someone
say
like
if you're not, if you're learning, you're winning. Because I mean, I don't think I ever realized that gymnastics, like you just eat mat all day long.
how long
And
have your kids been doing gymnastics?
I don't know, 4 years, 5 years.
Do you like them in it?
I do. I
Yeah.
love doing it.
Yeah.
One of them does it more like competitively. So we'll have to figure out if she wants to do that. And then the other one is a little bit of a bull in a china shop and has gotten a lot more graceful. And that's been awesome for like other sports and things like that. So they just love it. I think it's great.
Jedediah Nelson, coaching should not be whether you're doing it right or wrong. Coaching should be how you can be better. Meaning as the coach.
Yeah. I
You should be
mean,
focused on getting better.
right. Exactly. And man, like I've failed a fucking million times as a coach. Like if you think about it, like, I mean, how many times I'm trying to remember this happened. Oh, this happened last Saturday or Sunday when I was coaching. There was a new guy in class. I didn't do his foundations. I hadn't had him in class at all. Saturdays we do bigger classes. So there are 24 people. So got a lot of people going on.
How
It's
many classes do you coach a week?
right now I'm about
Personally?
10.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So new guy.
So new guy, just met him. The workout has a press, a push press, and a push jerk progression. Within and then it's got some farmer carries in it, main site. Great place for programming. And I missed it, and I go over and I'm like, okay, where are we at? He's like, oh, I'm on number 7 of the 30. And I was like, oh, right. Like you are going to fail as a coach. It's how
What
you
was wrong with being number 7 and 30? It was too slow. He was
Yeah,
using
I
too
just
much
like
weight.
and I couldn't really lock it out, and he was fatigued, and I just missed it in warm up. I missed it.
Oh, isn't that interesting? And that stuck with you.
Yeah.
Uh, is that hard for you when you miss it? Like, are you like pissed at yourself?
Uh, yeah, I'm pissed at myself because usually it's I just haven't like put myself in the right spot to like kind of section everybody out on a Saturday to be like, okay, these guys I know I got to check their final weight in warm up, and these guys I got to check in with them earlier. And I mean, it's amazing. Like, we cap the classes still at 12 people during the week, and then we'll have like 2 or 3 classes going on concurrently, but
Damn.
with one coach. But I mean,
What?
20 people, it's easy. Like
You have
one,
3 classes going on at the same time with one coach?
no, one coach per 12 people, like three
Okay.
coaches. Yeah. Just 36 people.
Melanie, don't tell me what to do. Sevan, ask Nicole what she does at her athlete kickoff day to keep people bought in. What's athlete kickoff day?
I do a thing called athlete kickoff at the beginning of each year.
Mhm.
And I do a condensed talk of what is CrossFit, what is fitness and programming, so that we're passing off the education piece onto people, and so that they understand and are more bought in throughout the year of why they're doing what they're doing when they're doing it. Like, why do you still come on the 5K day? Okay, you're scared to do it. Great. Got it. But there's a million different options of how we're going to get you through it. And this is how it's going to contribute to your fitness and da 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 da. So we do athlete kickoff. I talk through that. And then we like this past year, we picked 5 benchmarks, and then we picked a bunch of health markers, and we had them plot it on the sick, well, fit continuum, sickness, wellness, fitness continuum, and then had them pick the one that was the furthest to the left of the thing that was where they were going to address it. So like basically I took Helen and I gave like a sick Helen, a wellness Helen, and a fitness Helen, and then I'm applying real numbers to a conceptual framework. I get that, but and then it allowed people to figure out their number 1 health marker that they can improve and their number 1 fitness marker that they can improve, and then being able to track that over the year, and then being able to also have that highlight to them, kind of how to incorporate that so they don't skip those days, or the understand the importance of working their weaknesses and things like that. So
Yeah, that shit's scary to me.
what?
Like what you just said. Even going to that day would be scary to me.
No, it's fun. It's fun.
All right, if you say so.
Yeah. No, it's a fun thing. I mean, I think
I don't wanna know any of my scores because then I feel an obligation to them. That's the worst part about CrossFit.
like
But the best part too. What? Say it again?
the accountability part.
Yeah, the accountability part, yeah. That part.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it, if you just get out into your community that like working your weakness is where it's at, failing is good,
Yeah.
and trying again, you'd be surprised at how you can really change the entire perspective and culture of a gym. Or if
I
it's everybody's afraid to fail, everybody doesn't want to scale, I mean, you just got to embrace it and teach it and talk about it and put it out there. And I think that's true of any sport though. It's not just CrossFit.
Barry, you asshole. Ask Sevan if he put his open scores after telling us to do it. Listen, asshole, listen. I put in the first one. I was traveling the second one. I told you guys all the score. I can't remember the workout. And the third one, there's no fucking way I was not going to do those 95-pound thrusters. It would have fucked me up. It fucked up my back. And I don't scale the open. I just don't.
Well, that I respect. We don't we like to, if people are like, I want to do it RX, I'm like, go for it. Try it.
Yeah, I don't want to scale the open.
Yeah.
I'm not scaling open. Hey, how do you pick how many coaches are at your gym?
9.
Well, holy shit. How do you pick good coaches? Is it hard finding good coaches?
Yeah. How do I pick good coaches? I don't know, luck and people, I guess.
Is the number one thing about being a coach, you have to be able to accept feedback?
No, I hate the word feedback.
Okay, what's another word for it?
I don't know.
You have to be able to take criticism?
I think the number one thing to being a good coach is drum roll. I don't know. I think you have to give a fuck. That's a Greg thing too. You got to give a fuck. You got to care that like, the guy in your Sunday class didn't get the right push jerk weight and that affected his workout. And that's the first interaction you had with him as a coach. And that's shitty. That's on me. I think you have to, if you take out I don't know, people used to say like you can teach anybody to see movement. You got to start with a good personality. I kind of think they're a little bit more intertwined than that. I mean, you do have to be able to see movement. You have to be able to coach movement. I use the analogy a lot, but like a lot of people want to be a doctor. I wanted to be a doctor when I was in college. And then I took organic chemistry and it was really hard and I failed it. And so that flushed me out of being a doctor and I found another profession. Right. I think the same is true for coaching. Like not everybody's meant to be a coach. That's okay. Not everybody's meant to be a doctor. So there are people that are going to like navigate and have like they're going to have more of a affinity for that specific profession. So I don't know, finding good coaches, we put job ads out, we make it be a real job, we pay them real money.
What's the shortest you've had a coach last? Shortest. You had someone come in after a week, you're like,
Oh no, like 2.5 years maybe.
Oh, okay, shit.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. That's impressive.
Yeah. I mean, again, we start with like it's not like, hey, here are the keys, coach, Monday morning, I need a morning off, which doesn't really help.
Barry, if you can get through the 9 a.m. MILF class, you're good to go as a coach. All right.
Ours is 9:30. It's not 9 a.m.
My wife was going to this class for like a year every morning, and she would tell me that it was just all women, right? All these moms and shit. And then one day we're at the beach and there's this guy laying out and I'm like, holy fuck, look at this guy's fucking body. He was fucking like 6'2", just chiseled out of granite, right? Looked like an Adonis. She's like, oh, that guy's in my morning class. What the fuck? She goes, what? I go, you said it was all women. She goes, oh yeah, and that guy.
And that guy.
I'm like, what the fuck? How the fuck did you forget that guy?
Well, I mean, yeah. But that's like, yeah, there's every hour of a class has a good vibe, has a different vibe. 5:30, they've all got their vibe and they're going to talk down about 9:30 because, 9:30's got their vibe and they're going to talk, not talk down, but everyone's got every hour of the day has their feel. That's fine.
Every class has like the hottest person in it.
Yeah. Right?
There's always like that one person who's like, okay, that's the hottest person in that class.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
These are just normal things in the world.
That video with CrossFit was so successful. When do you have another one scheduled?
We do have another one scheduled, and we're actually trying to do more of them because
that's a good idea. Brilliant. Successful, useful, powerful, lots of views, engagement.
I was surprised. I don't know. Was it a lot of views? Did it get a lot? I mean, is that like a lot of
views? Dude, I mean, that's the media. I mean, I'm not sure. It's a great video. Tons of value there, especially for the affiliates. But the media at CrossFit's it's a wasteland. And so to put something on there that gets 27,000 views and all that engagement, whether it's good or positive, is fucking amazing.
Yeah, I mean, well, I think like just in the big picture, like
it's cheap. That couldn't have been expensive to make. That's cheap as shit, right? Yeah.
Right. And I think, I mean, as an aspiration, like the more that we can do in the big picture for coaches to show examples of coaching, like that's, it's like providing game tape, right? Like you could provide
perfect.
Right. And so like, that's kind of been my thing is like, we need to provide.
My kids watched it, Nicole. My son, Avi, watched 20 minutes of it with me in the garage. And he was like, is that guy's, and then he's jumped in. Is that guy's feet too wide apart? What about that? Why are they doing handstands like that? I'm like, because they're dumb and old. But like
I never realized how much kids pick up on that.
Yeah.
And that's where I think it's interesting. And so this is actually, okay, I'll try and make it concise. This is where I think showing what success looks like and providing game tape is something that we can, like from an aspirational standpoint, like this is where we can provide really good examples. And when I say good examples, I don't mean perfect. I don't mean that they're always like, it's not about showing perfection, right? Virtuosity, whatever they want to call it. Like it's not perfection, right? So in the uncommonly well, right? So like, it's not about like, oh, this was a perfect class. It's showing how real life shit happens in class and then how you deal with it. And so like I have the same thing with my kids. Like they'll come home like, we did PE. Nobody touches their chest to the ground in the push-ups. None of them count. And they're all
my kids are like, yeah.
Actually, this one was really interesting. One of my kids came home and they were like talking about PE or some class. It wasn't PE, but it was like an after school class. It was for jump roping or something. And she was like, well, the coach just talks the whole time. We never even get to do the movement. And I was like, oh my God, that's like a concept we teach at the level 2. And she totally just said it. She's like, how are you supposed to get better at it if they just talk and talk? They just kept talking about the movement. I was like, this is amazing. But my point is like, I think that so much of this is being in the right environment. Like if you grew up in a mechanic shop and your dad was a mechanic, you're going to pick up things about how to fix a car just by being in an environment. Like, and so if we can provide that environment to people in the sense of like giving them this video and giving more videos to just show what CrossFit, and then, that's how people are going to get better. Like, imagine if you ever think, okay, I know I get like really deep into this shit, but like, I think about like my dad grew up listening to baseball games on the radio. And then he grew up like literally reading the box score every morning. And that was and then he played baseball on his own. So he wasn't watching on the TV. That's how he knew baseball. The radio and then all this writing. And so if we don't, like, he never had game tape to watch, like, what are the greats doing? Like, what does that look like? Now, I'm not saying that we're the greats, but you know what I mean? Like, It's the same thing. We have to provide these examples. And it's no different than when I watch the games. Like, I know that everyone thinks the games are in CrossFit. I don't at all. Yeah, if I go and I watch Tia do a new 1 rep max squat clean, like it's inspirational. And I want to do better. And I watch it and I study it. And I'm like, oh, okay, I can see that movement. There's just so many things that we have to do to provide real life examples. And I think providing the game tape is something that we can do.
It annoys the fuck out of me when my kids are somewhere and they're warming up for an event and all the kids are moving and like they'll be doing squats or push-ups or burpees and the coach and my kids look nothing like the other kids, like nothing. And the coach isn't like, occasionally it happens. I'd say 50% of the time it happens. The coach will be like, holy shit. Like everyone look at Avi's push-up or something, but like half the time they don't even notice and the kids are just like flopping around like jackasses. They're doing those push-ups that are like this, where you go. Yeah, I'm like, what
my daughter said,
the fuck is that?
She had a pull-up competition on the playground. And I was like, well, did you win? And she was like, no, so-and-so did more than me. And I was like, oh, okay. And she's like, yeah, but he only did this.
Yeah.
But it's like, even in a kid perspective, like they know what the full movement is, but there's just so many examples and it doesn't really
and you know why they're doing that? Because they're avoiding discomfort. It's like some insignificant thing not to use full range of motion. People don't use full range of motion because it's fucking harder and there's more stimulus and there's more engagement and they're avoiding discomfort. It's like fucking it's like lying. People lie to avoid discomfort. You're fucking lying to yourself. It's not, we're not asking the kids to do something out of just some sort of like weird protocol. It's like, hey, go all the way down, maintain your range of motion, get full strength in all the fucking muscle groups, recruit all the right muscles.
Feel bad.
Does it say that? Right. Like if you correct them.
Feelings,
I mean, literally the difference sometimes could be the difference between a kid doing 20 pull-ups and 3. And it's like, hey, like, fuck, man, make them. Could you do a pull-up when you came to CrossFit?
I think I could do one. I swam in college. No, I could do a pull-up.
Yeah, how many could you do?
Well, like one.
One. And what's the most you've ever done in your life?
21.
Wow. Good job.
I was pretty excited about that.
Wow. And is that butterflying or strict or?
No, strict.
Strict, 21 strict. Wow.
I just started using grips.
Oh yeah. What do you think about those? I never used that shit.
I know. Well, okay. So I posted something about it that I was going to try grips. And I got a lot of comments from friends that were like, we're taking your OG status or like,
oh, damn.
It was great.
Damn.
It was good. So here's a coaching miss of all the years. So when grips first came around.
What's the point of a grip, first of all? What's the point?
Yes, that's what I'm getting at. So
Okay.
in my book, when grips came around, it was because we were always taping our hands because we didn't want to get blisters.
Right, and you didn't want to tear. That's how I guess I thought of them
Right.
too.
Didn't want to tear. And so that's what I always thought grips were for. In my hands, I took care of my hands and I just kind of managed it. And I was like, well, fine. Somewhere along the way, I missed that the way the grip operates, it allows you to not have to use your grip strength to stay on the bar. So you can actually kip harder when you get tired without having to hold on harder through that more dynamic phase of the kip, which you would have to like grip more. So I missed that coaching miss. And I thought it was really interesting. So I learned a lot.
And are you gonna continue to use them? You think you'll just yeah?
I'm going to use them sometimes. I'm still one of those geeky people like that, I only do butterfly pull-ups every third workout and I do kipping pull-ups I still stay with the kip.
Do you
And
use a switch grip? I still use switch grip, but I don't see a lot of people use that anymore.
I don't do the switch grip. No.
Never. Did you used to back in the day?
No, but somebody when I was at one of the old CrossFit competitions, like way back in the day, I remember she could get her chest to the bar this way, but not this way.
Yeah, I
Because
think that yeah.
right? You get a little bit
Yeah.
of an angle.
I try to switch it all around.
Yeah. Do it all.
All
Do
things.
it.
What about deadlift? Are you still overhand grip only exclusively? Because and not split grip?
No. So, well, this is interesting. So anytime it's in a workout, I try and say double overhand as long as I can, like in a Metcon. And then in liftings, like if we're doing a heavy day, I'll try and say double overhand until it gets heavy and then I'll mix grip. But
You mix grip both ways? Will you force yourself to go both ways?
I won't.
No.
But what's interesting is I think that again, anecdotal evidence. So I'm playing it out. For my athletes that have been coming for a long time, so let's say like 7, 8, 10, 12, 15 years. I think if they have a shoulder issue, it tends to be on the underhand grip of their deadlift. And they're always mixed gripping. Doesn't matter, like even when they're warming up. And so I've been trying to like just get people in on like, I think your scap just doesn't hold and retract the same way. And you develop a different type of strength. And think about it. If you're doing this for like a 95-pound deadlift, 155, anytime a deadlift comes up in any workout forever, for a decade, like there's going to be some type of different structural development. And I think it affects the shoulder. So I've been telling my people to stay double overhand for as long as humanly possible whenever I can.
Yeah, that's some pretty
I
old
have no
school shit.
scientific evidence on that, by the way. It's all
When I don't know if it was me getting older, but when I started CrossFit, obviously it was way easier to do pull-ups using doing chin-ups, right? Pump with like this, with my hands like this. And then as I started doing CrossFit, I started doing all my pull-ups like this. And then after years and years of doing them like this, the monkey grip, and then switching back to what's this called, a chin up, I noticed that I lost range of motion like this.
Oh, interesting.
You know what I mean? Like it's tight now. I feel like it wants to pull back around. It's a trip. I don't know if it's how I got old, but it was just like this. So now I thought I was the cool kid because I could do more like this, but now I'm forcing myself to go back to chin ups.
Both. Do it all.
Yeah, do it all. As you get older, is there anything that's just out? Like that you just don't do?
No.
Or that there's no movements that are just out?
I'm a CrossFit purist. Like we know this.
Yeah.
I will wear
No, you're just not old enough. No, you're just not old enough.
I don't actually think that my movements, I think it's all the shit around my workout of the day that affects what movements I can or can't do in the long run. And that's just the effort outside of that for like sleep, nutrition, diet, alcohol.
You still do kettlebell swings?
Yeah.
Yeah. You still do overhead squats?
Yes. I love the overhead. I'm going to overhead squat forever.
You still do muscle ups?
I still do muscle ups.
I was watching an Andrew Hiller video the other day, and he was going through and showing people doing their muscle ups, and he was showing the teens doing muscle ups. And I just can't fucking stand. I just can't stand the swinging muscle up. Especially for kids, it fucking drives me fucking insane. I don't know why. It just doesn't look like long term it's good for the body. You know what I'm talking about? Like when they're fucking parallel to the ground, and they swing, and then they jump up. It's like, dude.
Well, but I think this is the age old question of like, putting staples or not staples. What's the word I'm looking for?
Paper clips?
Putting non-negotiables
Oh,
on movements. It's sort of like the whole thing about not letting somebody do a kipping pull-up before they can do a pull-up.
right.
Well, to me, that's a gap in coaching, because if I can coach the athlete to doing a tight kip where they understand what a kip is in relation to the pulling piece,
Mhm.
then I'm not worried about the shoulder. And I think that, and then obviously you're going to do them at the same time. You're going to simultaneously have strict pull-ups and skill work as you're having kipping pull-ups, and you're not going to allow a lot of errant movement that's going to put a lot of
What if they're fat? What if they're fat?
what do you mean?
You let fat people do kipping pull-ups?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
This is something I don't agree with in a lot of ways. I mean, not agree with, but I don't I don't look at people when they walk into my gym and look at who they are and then categorize them into what they're capable of.
Hmm.
Because if you are overweight, that doesn't mean you can't squat below parallel. You might not be able to, you might be able to. I have people that are stick skinny that walk in and they can't squat below parallel. So I think we get into this thing of like categorizing people when really, as a coach, my job is to start from ground zero, just like anybody, or with anybody I work with, and then figure out what's the thing that they need.
Let me throw this as an example out there, a couple examples. As you get older, like the difference between when I'm not warmed up and warmed up is like massive.
Yes.
Like massive. One
Yes.
like I mean it's like inconceivable when you're 25 years old to think about what the difference is between, like, sometimes, like, picking up a 20-pound dumbbell is like feels like heavy to me. You know what I mean? Or picking up my kids is heavy to me. And then other times it's like fucking like nothing. Like picking up the 70-pound dumbbell is just nothing to me. And it's all relative to how I'm warmed up. Let me give you another example. When people see kids walking barefoot and they're like, how do they do that? They forget that those kids weigh 32 pounds. And so someone who's 6'4", 250 pounds, it's totally different walking barefoot. Totally fucking different. The bottoms of your feet are not tougher than those kids. And yet you have way more force on the bottom of your foot. So rocks and walking barefoot, it's going to be like way crazier for you. Okay.
Right.
When I see someone fat doing pull-ups, like what they can take at the bottom looks what happens to them at the bottom looks way different. It's same with people who run who are
I
fat.
just don't
Looks
think that
way
that's where you can make a blanket generalization. I think you have to look at the athlete. I think you have to look at the individual.
Yeah, I'm looking at them. They're fucking you're 5'5", 212 pounds, and you shouldn't be doing kipping pull-ups. No?
I don't know.
By the way, I want you to be right. I'm not trying to win. I want
No,
you to
I
be right.
know. Well, you can be right. We can argue. I'm not worried about that. I just I think it I just I don't know. I think a lot
Like, I don't
of
think a fat person should be running to lose weight.
well, I mean, I don't think a lot of people should be running to lose weight. I think we should
Right,
address their
right,
nutrition.
right. Fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. I
I
guess
mean,
I guess maybe to even stay fit is what I meant.
I don't know about that. Running is a basic human function.
Hey, and let me go on the other end of this too. I I'm really disappointed at how much jumping up there is on boxes and stepping down, because and that's a pretty popular thing in CrossFit. If you can't jump down, lower the fucking box. Like, hey, like
Well,
jumping down is important. Like even like you could even make the box 4 inches.
right,
Like literally just 4 inches up, 4 inches down. But this
right.
whole thing where everyone's now stepping up and stepping down, like just I feel like in classes,
We don't allow
like
step
don't.
ups. You have to lower the height. So if it says
Oh
box jumps in class, you can't step up to a 20. You have to
yeah,
find a height that you can jump to because it's
yeah,
a box jump. But I think that that's a good example too of like, so what are we trying to do with a box jump? We're trying to maintain the function of being able to jump your body onto something. So if every time a
right,
box jump comes up for the whole time somebody trains, they just step up to a 20-inch box, we're not getting that dynamic component,
right.
right? So yeah, the caveat is, okay, it's a box jump, but that means it has to be a jump. So whether you get a 45-pound plate and you're jumping 3.5 inches, whether you're doing it with 8 inches, that's what we're going to respect and care about. Not respect, but that's what that's what the coaches are looking for, and that's what we're embracing. So that's what the athletes do. Whereas I think a lot of times it's like what's seen is like, oh, well, I got to the 20-inch box, but if you're stepping on it, like you're not actually getting the stimulus of what was designed for why you're physically jumping onto an object. And then if you really want to geek out about it, it's like, okay, if my dad's 82 and he maintains, he goes to Connor's Legends class and he maintains that he can jump on a 25-pound plate, well, you know what? When he goes hiking, I'm not worried about him being a little bit more nimble on his feet. But if he just steps up to a 12-inch box, like that's not helping that piece. So I think there's a trickle down of like preserving what was put out there for the athlete, but relative to their ability. And so, yes, I can see like, again, it's just like, I don't think we can put people into categories. I think I won't do it. I won't do it.
Oh, what about candlesticks? Do you know what that is? That's
Yeah,
where you squat down, you roll onto your back, and then you stand up.
Yeah.
You guys ever do those?
Not in, I mean,
I think those are important for old people.
oh
Like
yeah,
anyone
for like a fall thing. That's cool.
anyone over 30.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shitloads of, oh yeah, here we go. Let's see if this guy does it.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's cool. Yeah, we've done that sometimes like in warm up and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um,
Great ab workout too.
yeah.
Like the next day you're like, "Huh, why is my stomach
Like,
sore?" And
oh
then you're like,
shit.
"Oh, because I did 50 of those." I make my kids do a lot of these.
I mean,
Pistol ones though, one-legged ones.
yes. Well, I think they're a beautiful bridge to a pistol too.
Right.
Learning to come and throw that leg forward and then being able to take the momentum to stay forward over the front of or over the middle of your foot on a pistol. I think it's great.
And what's that called when you lower? That's eccentric?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then for the eccentric too. So even if you can't do a pistol, right? Oh, is that what you were just saying? You lower just on one foot eccentrically, and then when you stand up, you use 2 feet, so that you still get some pistol training, but you get
Well,
to stand
lengthening
up.
under load. Well, no, yeah. Basically you would be, well, it's more like that you're doing the control. When I was saying the roll up part, I meant like as you roll up and over that foot, being able to get on to the front of your foot on the up phase, not the
Right.
down.
Right. Another good one about that, since we're doing that, they did a shitload of candlesticks yesterday. Is it's a great place to start teaching chest up, because in the beginning my kids will like throw their heads forward, but you can actually teach them to kick their heels so far into their butt that when they stand
Yes.
up, they're like they come straight
Yes.
up, as opposed
Exactly.
to like that coming over forward and looking like a shitting
But
dog.
that's also like a Greg thing of like learning new movements. You never know how it's going to play into your understanding of the pistol. And so I think that that's also something that, whether you look at that class or you look at other things in CrossFit, if you go and you play with skin the cats, or you go and you play with candlesticks, something in your brain is connecting that the next time you do pistols, you have a different understanding of that movement and the balance around that movement, because you did something that was like a second cousin or a first cousin or whatever to that movement. And I don't think we do that enough sometimes. And I mean, we're guilty of it too. Like I always have to think about doing that. Like,
Is skin the cat related to pistol?
no, I was saying like
Oh,
for bar, like control on the rings, control on the bar,
right.
controlling, like understanding the relationship between like your kip swing and where your shoulder is in space at each point. Like there's just, that's how you connect the dots on all these. I mean, that's the whole transference of movement, right? That's why you learn the overhead squat and you learn the deadlift and you learn how to jump on a box, and there you go. You can snatch.
Flexonia, Sevan should have. This is just
There
retarded
we go.
talk.
You
This is
started
just
it.
retarded talk now. Sevan, should a fat person with a perfect foot ankle alignment avoid sprinting, while a thin person with valgus ankle sprint? I don't know. I don't know anyone who has vaginas on their ankles. So first of all, if you have a vagina on your ankle, you should definitely not sprint. Smarty pants. There you go. Should not fat. No, they shouldn't be fat. What do you mean sprint? 10 feet, 100 feet? The fuck kind of question is this? Ask what you really mean. Say what you really mean. Just say it. What do you want to fight about?
Nothing.
Yeah. Like a good fight.
I'm not a fighter.
You're definitely a fighter. You can be very commanding.
I mean, there are moments at the CrossFit Games where it takes a more firm tone.
Yeah, so what? So what if I'm a little retarded? My kids call me
I'm not
semi-retarded.
to you, just like, things get hot for a moment and you just
Yeah.
have to be like a little directed. You know what I was thinking about the other day? Do you remember when we were in that like little
Oh my
tiny,
God. Sevan hates fat people. I love fat girls. Are you out of your mind?
oh my God,
I think fat chicks are fucking awesome. Hot. Sorry, go ahead. Say that again. Sorry. Go back to commanding presence. I apologize for dragging you into the
commanding presence. Well, one time I was just thinking like not having it. Do you remember that one time we had to fly that tiny little plane to Aromas?
Yeah.
That was not my MO. That was not.
You know, that was the beginning of the end for the CrossFit Games.
I do.
That flight.
Oh yeah. Yeah. The flight,
the flight
yeah.
that killed the games. Probably so few people know that. What a great story to tell in 10 years.
All right. We'll meet back here in 10 years.
All right. Are you going to make it? How much longer are you keeping your gym? Do you know?
I don't know.
You think like one day your kids will be running it like that long?
Well, I don't know. I just feel like, well, I'll be running it at I have a 25-year anniversary. I don't know, Sevan. 25 years is a long time to have a business. Feels like.
I want to nominate you for CEO of CrossFit. I mean that. I'm not saying that lightly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's up my alley.
Yeah, it is. You could totally do it. You've seen everything. You've seen it all.
I've seen a lot of things. Stolen planes, it's all up there.
You've seen it all. All right, thank you for coming on. This is I can't believe I'm on a roll of easy podcasts. I'm gonna tell you something. I was actually thinking about canceling.
Oh.
Because I got up at 3 a.m. and I'm like, but I just kept telling myself, don't be a pussy.
Yeah.
Don't be a sissy. Don't avoid the discomfort. So what? Nicole will carry it if you fall asleep.
I mean, sure. I mean, I had a moment there where I was like, ugh, I got to go back to the gym now and do shit for the next 25 hours.
Did you almost cancel?
No, because it's you. I wouldn't cancel on you.
All right, thank you.
Come on now.
That's what I meant to. That's what I meant to say. I would have canceled if it would have been anyone else.
There you go. That's what we were looking for. Nah, I mean, do you know how many times I stopped that car from leaving without you?
So many, and I appreciate it. I appreciate it. All right, thank you.
All right, talk soon.
Keep up the good work. You're the best.
Ditto.
Bye.
Bye.
Fuck. That's the first time I've hung out with her like that. She's even cooler than I thought. I thought she was cool, but that chick's fucking awesome.
Yeah, she's way cooler. Not that I had any preconceived notion about who she was, but
she takes really good care of me at the CrossFit Games and has my back, but I'm also always a little bit of afraid of her. I respect her. I mean, she's always been good to me. She hasn't ever like barked at me, but she like a
Nicole Carroll kind of
vibe. Yeah, like they're boss women. Like like they're boss women. They're controlling the space around them very well. She controls the space around Dave very, very well.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I like how she can anger translate.
Yeah. That's the most chill I've ever seen her. Yeah, that was
Tell awesome. Dave to go fuck himself. Well, Matt said he's just a little disappointed. It was pretty funny.
I have to pee so bad. I want to tell you about the live stream. Did you watch any of it?
From Europe?
Yeah, the parking lot cam. Did you watch any of that?
Yes. I watched a little bit of it, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to take can you hang out with me? Are you back at the Shadican?
I am.
What the fuck? Okay. Hey, I'm going to take a quick quick break.
Talk.
I'll just run a commercial. I'm gonna pee and I'll be right back.
All right.
Okay.
The information and content provided here are general information purposes only and are not intended as or to be considered a substitute for professional medical advice, guidance, or treatment. Views and opinions expressed do not reflect those of medical professionals or the medical community. Duh.
This is called melanotan 2. It's supposed to accelerate tanning, and it's also supposed to increase sexual arousal. And I think that the second one is actually more of a side effect than it is the main goal. Everybody wants to know how to reconstitute these things. Remember, the first thing is that you need the bacteriostatic water. The second thing that you need to do is you are constantly using these alcohol swabs. Now here's the thing, you got two separate needles. Never reuse the same needle. So what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to put 2 milliliters of water into there. It's just sucking the water in there. Yeah, I'm not doing that. That's how you know that the peptides are good. Now, I'm insane, so I like to re-sterilize the top of it. I just put the pad on there and I just twist it. And I'm just gonna go right here, right next to my belly button. So I pull this out, put the tip in. Yeah, just the tip. Make sure there's no air bubbles in there, so you give it a flick, the bubbles rise to the top. Pull this out, and then I just stick it in my stomach right there. Very slight little pinch. It's like the world's smallest bee. It doesn't even matter. I'm done. Just like that.
Wow. You have
Oh
the
shit! I
best
have water in my hair. I'm glistening.
You have the best timing of anybody.
Say that
ever.
again.
Do you have a scar on the side of your head?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I was in a bike accident as a kid. That's why.
That is gnarly.
Yeah, crazy, right? Oh shit, my glasses are wet. My vision's all fucked up. At a subdermal
Hematoma.
Yeah,
Damn, dude.
yeah. They had to keep
That's a-
they had to keep me under for 3 days unconscious so that shit could heal. I have to do one thing really quick. Is that girl's name Kelsey Keels?
Heel. No, just singular keel.
Kelsey Keel. Because but everyone calls her Kels.
Kels, yeah. I think
Okay.
she said she goes by Kels or Kelsey. That's what that was
I'll
on
be
Pedro asked
independent-
her.
oh. So AM is no good. I'm trying to get her on the show before the
Semifinals?
yeah.
That'd be sick.
Yeah.
She'd
It
be
sucks
cool.
because it'll just be a 45-minute show. So morning is no good? Question mark. Or Tuesday is no good. I better only ask one question at a time. I'm going to confuse the text thread. But I guess people call her Kells. That's what Kells.
Seems about right.
I've never known a Kells. Kells is a specimen, that's for sure.
I think it's more like Kels.
I have new headphones.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, somewhere. I have so many fucking headphones. Yeah, I have new headphones. It's almost time. Not quite.
Almost.
As soon as we get the big, massive sponsorship deal signed for Kill Taylor, I'll pull out the new headphones. So, okay, so what are you doing back at the Shadican? Are you done in Kansas or Wichita or wherever you were?
Yeah, I'm done in Texas.
Oh, congratulations.
Thanks. It
You
was
passed,
cool.
You passed the test on the first run?
First run. Yep. I made it all the way through. No hiccups, really, other than just I failed 2 tests, but I passed them on the retake, so I didn't get delayed or anything.
You didn't have to stay an extra 2 weeks?
No, I did not. So, yeah, I'm good for now. I might have another school coming up in over a month, like after semifinals. But
For
yeah,
how long? How long will that school be?
that one's a little bit longer. Like
Holy shit. Back to Texas or wherever you went?
this one will be in Florida. So I'll go down to the Panhandle for like 6 to 7 or 8 or 9 months, depending on how stupid I am. And yeah, do another course.
I'm trying to look for this article that Scotty Scheffler arrested, released at PGA Championship.
Did you hear about all that?
No.
So there's a whole timeline to it, I guess. But
Jay Busby reports from Louisville on how the world's #1 golfer was detained by police and then released on Friday morning following a traffic incident. Oh, it's because he's black.
So there was an accident where a pedestrian was killed outside of the PGA Tour, and Scotty Scheffler was stuck in traffic. And I guess he like went a wrong way or did something not with the grain. And then he got into an argument with the police officers and then assaulted. I guess they said he assaulted one of them, and then they detained him and put him in jail. So from 6 a.m. to 8:40 a.m. he was in jail. They even like put him in an orange jumpsuit and everything.
Is there a picture of it? Oh, that's awesome.
For the 2 hours he was in prison. Come on, fucking focus. They had him in an orange jumpsuit.
Oh shit, there's video.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Here we go.
Awesome.
Here we go. It's not great, but
Is it when he's getting taken to the police car?
Oh, why can't I see it? Maybe I have to go to this.
Yeah, that works.
What this is.
Guys, dude, step back. Back up, I'm not. I'm back.
Wait, that's the #1 golfer in the world. That's like today's Tiger Woods.
I don't know if he's #1, but he's pretty good.
But if you're a golfer, you know who he is.
Yes, of course. Oh, he is #1. You're right.
Oh, he drove in the shoulder.
Oh,
This is amazing, dude.
Guys,
There's one black golfer and he gets arrested.
I'm staying back.
he's not black.
What?
He's not black. I don't think.
He's not black?
No, he's a white guy.
Then what's he being arrested for then?
Right now, he's going to jail.
Okay.
Okay, he's going to jail, and it ain't nothing you can do about it. Period.
Ain't nothing you can do about it. I'm Tyler Watkins' cousin. There's ain't nothing you can do about it.
I love that cop. He's so good. He's so chill.
There's nothing you can do about it.
Okay.
Okay.
That dude should not be running or doing box jumps or
He
kipping.
probably should be doing all of those things.
All right, now,
Now-
do you have
First,
a
I'm
question?
This guy sounds like Travis Bajan.
I'm media. I'm a
Okay,
reporter. Okay.
okay.
So that's all.
That's fine.
I just want to make sure
That's
that's
Okay,
fine.
but you need
That guy uses Matoothian for sure. Look at his fucking grill. It's tight.
to step
No
back
problem.
over here
No
now.
problem. You got it.
Okay.
Okay.
He's awesome.
I love nice cops.
What a cool guy.
All right.
I just
Fucking
need you to all step back
Scheffler.
over there now. Just go ahead and chill out. Everything's cool.
I just want to know if he act like what he was arrested for. I guess they tried to pull him over and he kept going, like a pregnant woman.
I think there was a pedestrian got killed outside, like in that area, and he tried to go around to get onto the course because he needed to be there for the first round, and they were like, "What are you doing? You can't do that." And then they stopped him, detained him. I don't know. They were cool about it though.
Damn. Someone needs to make a meme of him in blackface. Pave way for anyway, that's cool. All right. Fuck Whitey. Fuck that dude. He does sound like Travis, doesn't he?
A little bit.
Listen, when I met Travis for the first time, I was like, oh my God, if I could what are these? Like memes?
Yeah, it's just like every Friday they'll just post a string of just
How come
Rant
I don't get
videos.
any? I don't get any of these. I don't get it.
because
I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't know who those guys are. I definitely don't get it. Who's that? Tiger? No.
Tiger Woods in the reflection of his sunglasses.
No, that's not Tigers. Don't be racist.
That's for sure Tiger, dude.
Okay, fine. All right. That's
That's
the
a
cool
golf
stuff.
course.
Yeah, but you just see a black dude and you think it's Tiger. That is not Tiger, I don't think.
No,
Look how
it's
puffy that
definitely-
is. All right,
That's
fine.
Tiger.
All right.
This is the what's his name, Prince Charles or whatever the fuck. This is his painting, but this guy's on it. But you don't get this joke because
I don't get this joke either, but I know Tyler Watkins sent something to the chat. I do not understand Tyler Watkins' humor at all. That's why I get along with him so well. I fucking every single video he sends, I don't even get it at all. He's so fucking weird. I get the only one I get is the one with tits.
Sydney Sweeney.
Who is that?
Sydney Sweeney,
Who's that?
just a dumb blonde with the big tits.
Are those real? No.
Yeah, those are real.
Jeez Louise.
She's great.
Yeah, she is great. I had a
Also
girlfriend like
like-
that when I was 18. She was 23. It was great.
To be alive.
What were we talking about before? When I first heard Travis Bajan talk, I was in a hotel in Kansas somewhere, and I'd gone out to film the movie Pulling John. I was probably 30 years old, and I just remember thinking that he was every young white boy's wet dream to be to sound like him, to sound like you were hood like that. Like I knew so many white guys who wanted to sound like Travis, but he actually sounded like that.
Okay.
He actually, you know what I mean? Like if you hear Travis talking on the phone, you think he's a black guy. And then when I went out and filmed with him, like it's like he played on a flag football team, and it was just fucking like him and like 40 black dudes, like that all look like James Townsend. And it was so fucking cool. He was the kind of dude who would just drive his Escalade out onto the football field and park it and get out and start playing. That's how lazy he was. It's fucking ridiculous. Yeah. I was like, fuck. He's like, God, if I could sound like him. But my dreams have changed. Sevan not knowing who Sydney Sweeney is to seeing boobs to, yeah, she's great.
She's not really like, she's an actress. But
it's a Tyler Watkins from the Heat One app. It's okay. Most things I send are for me. That's like my sex life. Most of it's for me. Okay, so Caleb.
Yes.
Being that I am a
heterosexual white male.
That's questionable. Being that I am the most knowledgeable person in the entire CrossFit space about all things CrossFit.
Certainly.
I had to get up this morning at 3 a.m. to watch the European semifinals.
As one does, being the greatest.
And my friend Chase Ingram was hosting it. And
right.
If I hated someone, I would do exactly what they did to Chase.
Oh.
I would set up a parking lot camera where you can't tell anything that's fucking going on for the first fucking 20 minutes, where the athletes look like little ants on the field. And then I would make it so 80% of the event you can't even watch because it's off screen, it's running. And then by the way, there was a girl he was with. Actually, all the people
running was outside, not even in a camera.
I don't even. Yeah, you didn't see any of the running. I was actually blown away. There was a girl with him wearing a black shirt, huge boobs. She was fucking amazing.
Really?
Yeah, she was. I don't know. Does anyone know that girl's name?
And we don't know who she is.
Dude, she knew her shit, dude.
Really?
Like her and Chase killed. That being said, when Brian friended Zelos Games, he like went back to like 1940 radio commentator. Why the fuck wouldn't you have put Brian and Chase on this? This is fucking insane, dude. They made Chase fucking. You thought she was awful? I thought she was wonderful. I loved her. I liked Lucy too. Was that Lucy? That girl's only 17 years old. That girl again, she looks like she's 30. Lucy McGonigal. Dude, yeah. Her name is Titiana. There's no way that's really her name. I didn't see Jaime go. Oh, Lauren. That's what it is. Lauren Smith. Thank you. She was fucking the shit. I liked her. I liked looking at her. I liked she knew so much shit. I couldn't fucking believe it. She could be on our show. She knew so much shit.
Really?
Dude, I'm telling you, she knows she knew so much stuff. And yeah, dude, Brian would have murdered this. Brian and Chase would have murdered this. How they didn't have Brian Friend do this, I have like, dude, it was so bad, dude. I was trying to think. I was trying to think. Have I ever seen a sporting event that's presented worse? I watched High Rocks once, and I'm like, fuck, this is the dumbest thing ever. This actually took the cake. I mean, Chase saved it, and that chick Lauren saved it, and the other guy, even the geeky dork dude, wasn't horrible. I'd give him a B even. All the people were good. Lauren Smith is the shit. She was a floor announcer for Masters Fitness Collective last year. Had dinner with her Sunday night. She's cool as fuck. Dude, I was into her. She's the shit. Her and Chase killed. I was like so nervous for Chase. I like text him. I'm like, you got this, buddy. You're going to do great. But really in my mind is like, you're fucked. Yeah, this chick, she's dope. Let me see that picture of her with the cleavage, please. Yeah.
Lord almighty.
Yeah, she was man, she knew her shit. That's an epic photo. My God, that's an epic photo. She's wonderful. Anyway, man, it was the worst Look at even Audrey. Sheesh McGee's. Yeah. And she talks good. And she has an accent, but it's not so fucking, it's not like fucking Pedro's where you're like, what the fuck did she say? Oh, look at Jake Chapman. We make great boobs over here.
Man,
Her hair was awesome. She fucking presented good. She fucking kept up to track on Chase. And I don't know about her, but I have to guess Chase hasn't fucking slept in 3 days.
Yeah, he just got there like yesterday. Fuck that.
Jessica, I was thinking the same thing. That can't be fun. I actually thought that one time too. I thought, fuck, her back must be killing her. Because she was sitting straight the whole fucking time.
Oh, shit. Probably right.
Yeah.
That sounds horrible.
But man, the feed was a fucking disaster, dude. It, like, if I went there, it would be such a fucking turn off. I felt, yeah, she was wonderful. Look at her. She did great. They had, these poor two had the fucking camera on them forever. These are the things I was thinking. I was thinking her boobs must be sore. I was thinking, or her back must be sore. I was thinking, how does Chase like adjust his balls, or you know, like when you're sitting that long, like you got to like peel your nuts off your thigh, or like you got to move your dick around. Like I'm an up guy, so like I do that thing where I slide my fingers on my penis to pull it back up.
Yes.
I was thinking about all that shit. I was like, how does he do that? What's he gonna like if you're uncomfortable, you just gotta, you know what I mean? You know, like when you're hanging out with your mom and like you don't want to do that, you don't want to reach your hand in your pants and adjust your dick. I'm like that. It was like that. It's crazy. Sevi, great question. Are your tits why you have back problems? Could be. God, my tits are huge, dude. My tits are so fucking big.
It's probably damn near C.
Oh my God, it was so fucking bad. How did you not even why wouldn't you just set up 2 more cameras on there and give Chase a switcher and then use it? Why don't you use a wider shot? Like, he has to pretend to be professional when it's not professional. Do you know what I mean? It was like a fucking total disconnect. Like it was nothing like when him and Adrian Conway and Khalipa did it. Like, hey dude, if it's going to be a shit show, you got to roll with the shit show. That's how we do it. That's how we did Zelos games. That's how we do all of our shit. Instead, it's like this weird, like, it would be like if I walked into the Shadikin and you had this glass case with like a nice light on it and a Ming vase in it from the Ming Dynasty. Like, what the fuck is that doing here? I was a total. It would be like if you hung your clothes up. It would be like if I went in the Shadikin and you had some hangers in there hanging, I would be expecting them to be hanging on like an old electrical wire somewhere on the wall. I wouldn't expect like a really nice closet with glass doors and then your clothes behind it.
Good, because that's exactly what you're gonna get.
Sevi, have you ever had had a boner you've been extra proud of? Dude, I'm proud every time. This morning, because I got up at 3, this is a true story. Because I got up at, like, I suspect, I don't know this for a fact, but that my dick is hard from 3 a.m. to when I get up. Maybe 2 a.m. Just fucking raging. And so when I got up at 3, I had this raging heart. And normally when I get up to do the podcast, like my heart on goes away like in like a few minutes. I make coffee and it goes away. But this morning I just sat there watching Chase and Lauren, and I was hard for like 4 hours, like painfully hard. It was just I was in that night. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like that nighttime mode. I have to just guess. That means you have good blood flow, I guess.
Or you really have to pee. I get the best boners when I have to pee, like first thing in the morning, and then it's the worst because then I can't fucking pee. I gotta like post up, try to like myself to fucking
just kind of gently push against it.
Yeah.
Hey,
that's fucking painful.
And Jake, you know what I do too? Like, I don't push it down like with the thumb or gently. I treat it like it's like a fucking like a 30-pound sledgehammer. I put my whole let's say this is my penis right here. I put my whole hand on the side of it and then just gently push it down. Like, I treat it like with respect. You know what I mean? Just like, hey, this is going to take a little bit of coaxing.
That's right.
Paper Street Coffee. Mine gets harder as I make coffee. By the way, people, listen to this crazy shit. I'm so glad you're here, Gabe. Wait till you hear this. Where is it? Hi Sevan, it's Kelsey. Tier Sports. Shit, where's my oh, here we go. You can win 2 tickets to the CrossFit Games, like the fucking best seats in the fucking house. Okay, listen, everyone, listen. We should clip this as a clip. You can win 2 tickets to the best seats at the CrossFit Games. They'll be at the end somewhere, like where the winners run across at Dickey Stadium. They're like $1,000 tickets a piece. You can win those if in the next 3 weeks you make any purchase at paperstreetcoffee.com that's over $100. PAPERST coffee.com. Any purchase over $100 will get you an entrance to win. Multiple entries are encouraged. So listen, do you understand that? So if you're gonna buy $212 worth of shit, buy one for $100 and one for $112, or one for $101 and one for $111. And by the way, they have they also, you can go to the website and they have new tumblers. Paper Street Coffee, it's ceramic tumbler. And you can use the code word Sevan and you get some sort of discount. Sevan, Sevan. Flexania, Sevan has no clue where the seats are for the tickets. Don't ruin my bit, dude. Don't ruin my bit.
If you have $100 worth of coffee and you use the discount, do you still get entered into the thing?
That's a great question. You get 15% off if you use code word Sevan. Okay. I don't know. So if you buy $100, you get the 15% off and your order is only $85. Do you still get entered in the tickets? Probably not.
Oh, okay. So I got to buy $115 worth of coffee, use code Sevan, and then I get it.
Something very close to that. I just made a goddamn order. I hope you made it after. I hope you made it. But maybe you got entered, Corey. Maybe you got entered. This has been going on since last night.
Oh, here you go. They're in front of the finish line, 12 rows back. That's pretty fucking good.
Yeah, take that, motherfucker. Flex on ya,
Paulina.
If your foot is in valgus position and you're perfect weight, but someone has the valgus in the right position, right next to the labia majora, but they're fat, do you think they should be running still? Hey, dude, nothing's absolute. You're not an absolute retard. Flex on ya. You're just partially retarded. So maybe there is an exception, but I'm saying in general, fat motherfuckers shouldn't be running. What is it? There's some like every time you run, it's like 10 times your weight is being put on your knees. So if you weigh fucking 400 pounds, it's fucking 4,000 pounds of stress on your knees or some shit like that.
That sounds
Mike McCaskey doing the math at $117.65. You stay over $100 with discount.
There you go.
Thank you.
Thanks. That's at least.
Oh, you fucking dipshit. You just proved my point, Sevan, you moron. Sevi, you moron. You imbecile, Sevi. You douche canoe, Sevi. Look at every NFL lineman. Exactly, dude.
You think those guys
exactly. My
running?
point exactly. My point exactly. That's why they're not the fucking wide receivers. Ho. Yeah, that's true. That's why fat guys have calves of gods.
The skinny guys have way more knee injuries. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because they run further, dude. And because their valgus and their labia aren't aligned.
I mean, any lineman that doesn't have 3 knee braces on both knees.
Jesus Christ. Hey, dude, and some people weren't injured by the vaccine, too.
Fucking retarded.
UPS man calves. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. There was this, the biggest calves I ever saw on a human being was in San Francisco. They got all the steep hills, and it was a fat postman. And he was pushing that thing fucking up a hill. The stroller that just has like one handle you push with. Right. I remember his calves were massive.
Yeah, I bet. That's wild.
Mike McCaskey. I love a non-aligned labia. All right. The stream was the worst camera. It was a parking lot cam. The Masters, I guess they did that to make the Masters feel better. And they succeeded. There's nowhere to go but up from what they presented this week. Chase saved the show. Lauren Smith, all those people, the talkers, they saved the show. Yeah, it was embarrassing. It was a step back for sure. It screamed everything that was it was not, people in the comments were like, hey, it's better than nothing, be thankful you have it. It wasn't like that. It was worse than that. You couldn't, because you know that they had the equipment there and they had Chase there, and just the execution of it. If you were going to do that, you should have been Chase. Like, you should have allowed them to make fun of it. They should have been laughing. You should have used a wider shot. They should have been more chill. They should have been sipping coffees. There was this total fucking disconnect. It was like the guy who shows up to a fucking a casual party in a business suit. It was fucked. Like I said, if I hated Chase, I would do that to him. It was a fucking embarrassment.
It's really hard to hate Chase.
Yeah, I agree.
It's super fucking annoying.
Asymmetric years, CFHQ just following the same script as the Biden administration. Every day is a new low. I mean, that's fucking. It's a great.
Jesus Christ.
It's a great comparison. Do you remember what a shit show that thing J.R. Taylor and Will Brandstetter did at Wadapalooza?
I do remember it. I don't.
And was that funny as fuck or what?
It was pretty great.
Oh my God. Every time something went wrong, it was like your favorite part. People not answering. They flash to the crowd and there's like 11 people watching them. Sitting on boxes and
Thanks
shit.
for showing up, everybody. This has been so much fun. I appreciate you all being here. And they're like, crickets.
It's like, oh my God.
It was great.
Like, dude. And the people in the chat saying like, I get the sentiment of saying it's better than nothing, or we should be thankful we have something. It's like, dude, this isn't fucking Ethiopia, and we should be happy that they dropped us off a pallet of fucking canola oil from fucking 30,000 feet. This is fucking, they're in a fucking stadium where they could have easily, for free, they could have just set up 2 more cameras. Like, any fucking dickhead could have done that. Any jackass could have done that.
Yep.
Dude, the new iPad, you can hook 4 iPhones up to simultaneously and stream from it. Like, that would have been better than what they did.
For sure.
Sevi, daddy is broke. But broke is fine. But why stupid? Yeah, Don Fall said they're reducing costs. Yeah, they didn't reduce costs. They reduced fucking brain power. It was so fucking bad. I watched it on a fucking 90-inch fucking TV.
Still can't make out the names on the floor.
You couldn't see shit. They kept talking about lanes. I'm like, what fucking lanes? I don't even see fucking lanes. Did anyone see
square,
lanes?
weren't they?
Yeah, they were in a fucking circle. Yeah, a square.
Hey, Daniel Garrity, fuck your wife. That's fucked up. My wife just asked if Caleb also has lice. No, he's just fucked up. I've been losing my hair for the past 10 years.
Good. Take some shit out on Caleb. I've taken enough of an ass pounding this morning.
Fuck you guys.
Hey, dude, I got fucking, there was no sun out yesterday, and I played tennis with my kids for 2 hours. My head hurt so fucking bad, dude.
It's the first time you had seen the sun in it probably
ever.
years. Yeah.
Oh my God, it hurts so fucking bad.
You start to feel that like tingly fit sensation, and you're like, oh my God, my shit's scorched. Yeah.
Scorched, dude. I did take a cold fucking shower because even warm water hurt it.
Yeah, that's the worst. Your shit's gonna be red for like a week. And then it'll peel, and then it'll look like you have lice again. But it's just your skin peeling off your head.
Dude, that's how bad it was. Anything would have been better. Jake Chapman writes, yeah, watching running outside would have been so fun. Dude, I'm telling you.
For sure.
Poor fucking Chase had to fucking sit in front of this fucking camera and make shit up while they were fucking running for 2.5 fucking miles. I can't tell if you're joking or not, but like at least then we could have seen some passing. The whole point of sport is tension. There was a great finish. I mean, if you were following along, and if you tuned in late, you'd have never seen it. But there was a great finish between Christy Kringle and
Amy Kringle.
Yeah, Amy Kringle and the Magawa girl, Gabby.
Gabby.
Oh, he's being sarcastic. Thank you. Oh, I know he's being sarcastic. It's not even an appropriate time to be it.
He said the entitlement is mad. What does that even mean?
Oh my God, are you fucking kidding me, dude? The entitlement is
buddy.
Dude, here, how about think of it this way? How about this? You think of it this way? What if you came home and some guy was fucking your wife with a 1-inch dick? Wouldn't you be disappointed? That's what it was like. Just think about it. That was my fucking bride out there getting fucked with a 1-inch dick. You following the metaphor? The comparison? I mean, it's pathetic. We did better job at fucking Zelos games. When Brian was on a fucking laptop hanging over the front wire with the front rail.
You're a dumbass.
Yeah, Jake, you dumbass. Fine, it is entitlement. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. I can't make any sense of it. I cannot make any fucking sense of it.
Fucking so disappointing. Especially in Europe where like you have people that you want to watch. People that are big names and will do well and actually make a good competition.
Kevin Doyle, Brian Friend did a great job at Crash Crucible, cameraman commentating simultaneously. All right, no more compliments for Brian. That's it. Done. No more. Sevi, you get chubbed up for the West. I'm so excited. I'm a little anxious because is today Thursday or Friday?
Friday.
It's Friday, and I don't have my camera gear packed, and my day is so fucking busy. My days are so busy between now and Wednesday. I'm feeling so anxious about making sure I get all my gear like loaded. I got my wife rented me something massive, like an Escalade or a Suburban or something.
Oh shit.
Fucking, can you fucking believe Taylor? He's like, I fly in Wednesday. I fly in. Will you pick me up from the airport? I was like, dude, I'm the fucking man. What are you talking about? Pick you up from the airport?
Pick you up from the airport?
Yeah. And he's like, will you be shuttling us? I'm like, fuck you.
Get an Uber, dude.
Yeah, shuttle.
Figure it out.
Yeah. You're the fucking help. Tell me to fucking, I'm shuttling us to the venue in Carson.
You just gotta everything. You just gotta figure it out yourself. You can't rely on anybody.
Taylor's coming to the West. Why? We're gonna do a fucking live. Him and Branstetter and JR are doing shows from the West. It's gonna be dope.
It's pretty crazy.
It's gonna be a world-class shit show in full Sevan podcast glory. And he's got to he's still got to find a place to do Kill Taylor.
World-class shit show. That's right.
Remember this when you guys want the games outside the U.S. Oh, God. That's a fucking horrible idea. Oh, shut it, Jake. Had enough of you today. Games are never leaving the United States of America. Trump country.
If they do, I just won't watch. I don't give a shit. American sport.
Yeah.
You guys are just participating. We allow you to do that. You're welcome.
So I heard some crazy shit in the last few days. I'm looking for a big, massive sponsor for Kill Taylor. I think it's the biggest show in the space by far. I think it's the most exciting thing going in sport. I think it's the first piece of content. I think of all the content that's ever been created in the CrossFit space, as long as I've been in it, since Nasty Girls, it's probably the first thing that actually can transcend the CrossFit space. And I want to raise the prize money. And we've had some good sponsorship offers, but like nothing, you know, $10, $20, $30,000, but like it needs a massive sponsor. It needs like a sponsor that like wants to be ubiquitous with CrossFit, wants to basically own the space. It needs to be like I don't know, at least it's like a $200,000 sponsor for the year. And it needs, so we can raise the prize money and just really fucking, just take it to the fucking next level, right? Make it $1,000 a week, make it roll over. It just needs to be fucking wild. And so until then, we're so lucky that we have listeners like fucking Corey who are going to put up $500 a show, you know, and we have like 20 people lined up already who are going to put in the $500 a show. But I don't want to merge the, like if Coca-Cola jumps in as a sponsor, I want to be like, yeah, we love Diet Coke and drink one in every show. And I want to do that for like 52 weeks. Right. Riley, 500 times 52 weeks equals $26,000. I don't understand your point. Are you saying that that's all the sponsorship money we're going to need? Who the fuck's going to pay for the accountant and the taxes and the hours it takes to fucking get those people that fucking money and all the people that come on the show at free every week? And who's going to pay my fucking $7,800 a month in fucking mortgage and my kids' jiu-jitsu classes and fucking buy Caleb a can of paint for the Shadican? And here's another thing too. I don't want anyone involved in it who doesn't believe it's that show. If you don't believe it's that show, get the fuck out. The people who are paying $500, but Corey believes in the show. It's that show. I'm telling you, it's that show. It's that show. That show is finally here. You've been watching CrossFit for 15 years. That show is finally fucking here. Oh, please. Jake says, when do I claim my royalties for the idea of the show? I'll tell you what, when we get that $200,000 sponsorship, we'll come to Isle of Man for fucking 10 days and we'll do 2 shows there. That's for sure. I made that mortgage number up, Judy. Everything I say is made up. I know paint is expensive. About 2 gallons. Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
I had to paint this whole fucking place. It was insane. I had to get like 5 gallon. Well, first I had to take kills, which is like stuff that kills scent and shit. I had to paint this whole fucking place with kills.
So what's kills? That's the brand of paint.
Right. It's a brand of paint that like a primer, but it gets rid of all the nasty smells and any like whatever nasty shit's on the wall.
You just paint over the nasty smells.
That's exactly what I'm going to be honest. That's exactly what I did. And because I didn't want to tear out all these walls and have to redo everything again. So I just painted it. Eventually I'll probably tear it out and put more shit up there. But anyway, that was a crazy amount of money because I had to get like 2 5-gallon buckets of that. And then I had to go through and get probably 6 gallons of paint to paint the rest of it.
Oh, that's not very much. It's expensive though. Caleb, my buddy just bought a house.
Oh boy.
And he tore out one of the walls.
Yeah.
And he found fucking silver bars and a gun.
Shut up.
Yeah. Crazy, right?
All I found were political signs. Like they were like in my walls. They used them as walls. That's so annoying. I didn't find any silver. Oh, I take that back. I found 1 bar of silver and it was like this big. That was it. Actually, I think it's not even silver. I think it was lead.
It was this big.
This big.
So I heard. So I'm hearing that when I'm hearing the numbers, the sponsorship money that fucking athletes are. By the way, someone said Dan Guerrero said, "Is the show going to be bigger than CrossFit?" Probably, I would guess.
No
I mean,
shit,
Pat McKee.
obviously.
Yeah, I would guess it's going to be bigger than CrossFit. I don't know how it could not be.
It already is. Are you kidding me?
There you go. Yeah, and people just don't know it. But I mean, I'm hearing about sponsorship deals that people get for slinging like beverages. Like I'm hearing people who got rain deals for like 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, $90,000. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
To sling drinks.
What the fuck?
That's cool.
Yeah, fuck fit. Yeah, that's good.
All right.
That'll be the name of my media company. Change it from Sevan Media LLC.
Yeah, after that Me Prism guy came on and told everybody not to use your name and anything.
Wait, what happened?
I was joking. He was talking about people can like look you up by your name or like you get mail because of your business kind of thing.
Yeah. I'll take a rain deal. I'm drinking one right now.
Damn.
Just copy the Buttery Bros and cash will come.
Fuck. No thanks. I'd rather kill myself.
There's plenty of great sponsors the show has. I'm not knocking any sponsors. Paper Street Coffee, BIRTHFIT, and CA Peptides fucking are so good to us. Born Primitive's been absolutely amazing to us. Two Brain Business has been like out of this world. But this show in particular, if it gets the right sponsor, like the show will be forever indebted to them, but it'll be perfect. Like I don't think it's a good sponsorship opportunity like for Two Brain Business, right? I don't like. It's a good sponsorship opportunity for someone fucking like Red Bull, right? You throw back a Red Bull, you watch Taylor work out, and then you go work out yourself. It's like that,
right.
you know. It's
Slam
like
one,
is Metrex still around?
MedRx.
Yeah, like those. Like a supplement company, some like fucking supplement company that sells like, shit powder should like sponsor it.
Make some really good fucking protein bars, I'll tell you that. Those things are good. They're candy bars basically, but they're
Elise Carridao. My mom said she'll sponsor you, Sevi. That's nice. Oh, yeah, cool. like they should sponsor. Yeah, exactly.
For sure.
Dude, if Rain dropped 200K and Kill Taylor, would you chug one on air? One every show.
Sure. Fuck it.
I just want someone. Oh, Progenics. No, I think Metrex. Didn't Metrex used to sponsor World Strongman like in the 70s when I was a kid? I think they sponsored it.
Yeah, I think you're right, actually. Wow, they've been around for a long time then.
And I remember I think it was the guy who owned Metrex was the guy who I think owned Mr. Universe or whatever. Oh, Joe Weider or something. Did he own it? The guy who brought Arnold Schwarzenegger from Austria. Mike Poolboy, I'll do a Rain enema for 200K.
Do whatever for 200K.
I believe in the show so fucking much. It's so fucking fun, so wild.
Yeah, that's sick.
Every athlete with a giant sponsor is physically attractive. Can you define physically for me? Because I know one that has a monster contract whose face is fucking 4. They have an uglier face than me. I mean that.
One that just deleted their one contract for another contract?
No.
Who would have guessed?
Greg C. Wow, you guys are going hard in the paint. If the FDA and CDC found federal dollars to sponsor the show, would you do it and read their press releases? Absolutely not.
Holy shit. That's the
I
line.
don't know. If I could read it and then wipe my ass with it, I would.
Okay, yeah, that's reasonable.
I'm trying to think of. Yeah, anyway. I don't want to suck off my own show too much longer. I'm gonna save that for save it for Saturday. Kill Taylor brought to you by Pfizer.
Oh shit. Kill Taylor. Take this injection.
I'm nervous. I'm nervous for CrossFit tomorrow. I hope they don't shit the bed again tomorrow. Hey,
else
how
is
the Adrian Conway must be terrified
Why?
because he's gonna have to do what Chase did for the next 2 weeks. And if I saw that, I mean, that is terrifying.
Damn, you're right.
That's
terrifying.
On Friday, we are going to point one camera from so far away that the people look like ants, and then we're gonna start the race. It's 30 minutes long, and then 30 seconds in, they're gonna run out of screen.
Well, they'll see him again. Won't see him again for another 5 minutes.
Your job is to keep the people engaged. Good luck. Now listen, I haven't told you guys the worst part yet. If you're an affiliate owner, you should probably tune out now. You don't want to hear this part. If you're an affiliate owner, you do not want to hear this part. Tune out. This will break your heart in half. Okay, ready? They didn't run one fucking commercial for their sponsors, for the affiliates, or for their seminars during the entire stream.
Oh, no. What's the point?
Dude, if I didn't run, when I was running the media department, if I didn't run an ad for the affiliates and the seminars in everything I did, fucking Dave would fucking kill me. It's like he would be like, "Hey, dude, the whole point of the games is to support the affiliates." Like he would fucking be pissed if there weren't enough commercials for the affiliates or if they weren't good enough. How the fuck did they not run ads for the fucking affiliates? Barry, I thought things were supposed to be better with Castro. The thing is I think the whole company runs in these well-protected silos now. And so he's been partitioned off from the media team. It's not like before Dave was the king dick and he could just walk over and just yell at anyone. Or like I could walk over and yell at him. I could be like, "Hey, you got to stop kicking people off the floor," or whatever. Like we could fight. I don't think it's like that anymore. Does this now fall on Dave? No. That's kind of the cool thing. It's not like that. It's like a real corporate environment now. Everything's like in verticals. Whoever is responsible for advertising or affiliates or whatever, it's on them.
Everybody's living in fallout shelters.
Yeah.
Not talking to each other.
Yep. That would be my guess. That's the only way it could possibly be. They are lost. Yeah. Totally fucking lost. I agree. If I was Don, someone would definitely be fired. But there's like, and I'm not a firing person, but this has gone too far. It's called decentralized command.
That is not that.
What does that mean? What's the decentralized command mean?
Basically, like you have one leader, and then you just allow your teams to do what they see fit for the jobs or tasks that they have.
Oh no, then I think it is like that. So like I think if Dave were to say, "Hey, we need affiliate commercials," people would say, "Mind your own business. Stay out of our lane."
No.
Hey, dude. No, I heard Don being interviewed on I didn't listen to the whole thing. I only listened to the first 3 minutes, but of Bear Hanlon's podcast. I should probably listen to the whole thing before I comment on it. But he said the difference between, I'm paraphrasing, the difference between leading CrossFit and then the military is in the military, like there's decisions that have to be made. You give the order and it's executed on. And in CrossFit or in the corporate world where he comes from, it's more of he didn't use the word consensus, but it's more like back and forth talking, blah, blah, blah. That is not what CrossFit needs.
No, not right now.
No, it needs someone to be like, you at least have to say, I'm not talking about micromanaging, but you at least have to say, "Hey, every live stream needs 2 affiliate commercials, 2 seminar commercials, and our sponsors need to be always given more than what they pay for."
Right.
How the fuck was there not? I mean, it's nuts.
But yeah, they just haven't gotten to that point yet. Like they're rushing to just let everybody do what they want instead of making sure that everybody can do what they need to be done before being like, okay, yeah, I'll trust you to do your thing. Go off and do
This
your
is
business.
this is how easy it is to run a commercial.
Is it safe? Yes, it's safe. It's very safe. It's so safe you wouldn't believe it. Is it safe?
Wow.
Done.
Just that, huh?
Just like that.
Fuck.
Chase Ingram with the beautiful Lauren Smith. We're going to give Lauren's back a break for the next minute. Please listen to these words from our local affiliates. And then Lauren gets to stretch out a little bit and fucking move her titties around. He gets to fucking reach in, peel his balls off his leg, and he fucking pushes a button and they run a commercial. And it's a commercial made from that Nicole Christensen video that's in 54 minutes long. You just take what's that called?
Purpose?
Thank you. Repurpose that footage.
Wow. Holy shit.
Dude. Yesterday, Gabe calls me and he's like, "Hey, I have 2 free games tickets I want to give away. Will you give them away for me?" I'm like, "Sure. What do you want to do?" And he's like, "I want to do if you purchase $100 or more over the next 3 weeks, you get entered." I said, "Awesome, cool." I said, "Do you have a commercial?" He goes, "No." I'm like, "Okay, I'll call Patrick Rios and see if he can put one together." I call Patrick Rios. I'm like, "Hey, Rios, what's up, dude?" He's like, "Yo, what's up?" I'm like, "How's the wife?" He's like, "Good." I'm like, "Hey, can you make me a Paper Street Coffee commercial? Gabe will just pay you for any commercials you make." He goes, "Yeah." So what do you want to say? I'm like, "I'll text it to you." I text it to him. Commercial will be ready tomorrow. It's like, dude, it's like,
Are you serious? Wow. Okay. All right,
yeah.
fuck. Well, if it's gonna be like that, then
Like, what the fuck is going on? He did use the word consensus. Holy shit. Oh my God. Yeah. No. Listen, no one, dear Don, no one wants to be led like that.
no.
Even if they say they do, no one wants to be led by that. I don't ask my wife after railing her missionary for fucking 18 seconds. I don't ask her if I want to turn her over. I just turn her over and I just shove a pillow like, under her midsection, prop that ass up. You think your wife wants to be asked if you can switch positions? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's fucking dog shit.
Come on, man.
Thank you. Jay Chapman doesn't miss a beat. Missionary snooze.
And we did like more missionary and like
Those are you. Oh, I'd like to say this also. Nice. Is nice. Hey, I'd like to say this as a PSA to those of you men out there who are still strong enough and healthy enough to carry your wife around. Have lots of standing sex where you carry your wife around. It's a tragedy when you get old and you can't do that anymore. I know a guy.
that's rough. Like, can you carry me next time?
It's getting to that point, dude. It's getting to that point. Jeez Louise, is that fun? Give it a try, dude. Give it a try. Let me see what Augustus Link. I'm talking missionary. I'm talking where she's on her back and I'm on top.
Thank you. Yes.
Is that from a movie?
Yeah, it's from 21 Jump Street. And I can't remember the guy's name, but he's the fat short one in that movie. And he talks about losing his virginity and he's like, missionary. And then we did missionary. And then I'm talking like me on top and her on the bottom. And he's like explaining it to his partner. It's fucking hilarious.
Rich Froning does missionary. Jeffrey Birchfield, 55 and still got it. Yeah, you got a 500-pound deadlift.
Hey, congrats
pound
to
back
Jeff.
squat.
He just retired.
Oh,
He's
congratulations.
like extended summer break now.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's fucking sick. I think he's like 30 years as a teacher. It's crazy. Did Travis send you the shorts that he's going to start selling? Have you tried them?
No, but I'd like to.
they're-
When do they come out?
I don't know, but I got a pair, and they're probably my favorite shorts.
Oh, that's awesome.
I am the
Are they on the
biggest-
website?
I don't think so.
Oh.
I hate shitty pockets.
Mhm.
Like my shit always falls out, and like with dude shorts that are really short or like the above the knee type, my shit always falls out of my pockets, or the pockets like hang out from underneath the shorts like a ball sack.
Oh God, that sucks.
Those are my least favorite shorts pockets ever. And these don't do that. They have super deep pockets, and my shit doesn't fall out. My phone stays in there. I have them on right now. Can you see them?
Oh, those are nice.
Yeah. Like my fucking phone sits in there and everything.
Hey,
Great.
you know what's crazy is I've only been wearing joggers for the last like 6 months, and I'm really stressed out about what I'm gonna wear in Carson on my lower half.
Oh, because you just
I can't
cover
wear-
your shit all the time.
I can't. Yeah, I'm not gonna wear joggers while I'm working. So I don't
Even
know. Like I don't know
needed.
what pants I'm gonna wear, what shorts I'm gonna wear. I ordered a shitload of Born Primitive shorts. Hopefully they come soon and I like them.
Oh, those are my probably my second favorite.
Oh, that's good.
Pockets are not as deep, but they still fit a lot of shit.
I'll have a
and
fanny
comfortable.
pack. I'll have a huge fanny
Oh,
pack.
you're good then. Born Primitive shorts are nice.
Oh shit, Kelsey Keel can't do Tuesday. Fuck.
Oh no.
I gotta figure out a time for her. My dad just got back from Armenia and he wants to come over to the house, and I'm like, dude, we got lice.
You don't think he also has some shit he brought back from Armenia?
Maybe.
Did he just go there and like visit?
No, he's got a farm there.
What is it? What kind of farm?
Like
And shit.
acres of cherries and apricots and apples, shit Armenian dudes grow.
Wow. That's amazing.
By the way, at 12:30 today Pacific Standard Time, we're doing a show.
That's right.
What's this thing people are making fun of in our thread? Oh yeah, this is so bad.
What is it?
I don't know if I want to make fun of him. It's something that Michael Schumacher made.
Oh no. Yep. It's a little old, a little dated, but
It's so bad.
every time I see it, I hate it.
I didn't know he was like this.
Just dumb, or just kidding. Maybe not.
It's pretty bad. I don't know the guy. I don't want to tear him a new one.
Just let that simmer for a while.
I'm going through our thread to see if there's anything in here that was worth commenting on. Nope. All right. Oh, what's this? Oh. Oh shit. Wow. Barbara Smiles, previously renowned for her role as global DEI strategist at Facebook, has pled guilty to wire fraud charges. Her conviction comes after siphoning off $4 million from the tech giant to pay for her extravagant lifestyle. Yeah, no, everyone in DEI is a fraudster. Everyone. I don't know if they all know it, but you're all fraudsters.
Fuck, that's bad. What a nightmare.
Oh my God, she got hired at Nike after she was fired from Facebook. Unfucking believable.
Of course she did.
You can see it in the Amazon order. The edges got cut off. I ordered a shitload of CA Peptide stickers like last minute, like big ones, 8-inch ones, so that on the show they can like stick them places. JR called me this morning at fucking 5 a.m. to ask me if I could get them. I was like, yes, sir.
Whatever you say, JR.
Whatever you say, JR. Mr. Howell.
Mr. Howell, that's right.
Wear shorts over your joggers.
So you're supposed to do it the other way around.
Joggers over your shorts?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to go take a nap or go play tennis with my kids or something or go in the yard.
All right.
How is this man still going? I don't know. If you're talking about me, I have no idea. Must be the Pedro's hairline is unreal. Must be the power of the lice. It's like being on a conference call all day. He can do it. Just wear shorts. It's going to be hot. I know, but I don't know what shorts. Sevi, if you split from your wife, would you be celibate or become rampant?
Celibate.
I don't know. This morning when I got up at 3 a.m., I sure as fuck didn't want to be celibate. I'll tell you that. I don't have a backhand. Work on your backhand. I don't have a backhand. It's crazy. I don't have a backhand.
You just switch hands?
I do. I'll switch hands, but usually I'll just like give it if I have to hit backhand, I just tap it. I don't feel comfortable like this.
Neither do I. So
it's so fucking weird.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I went to tennis lessons.
Mm-hmm.
I was older than your kids, but whatever. And I just had 2 forehands. I would just like switch my hand. So just switch the racket every time the ball came.
That's good.
And the dude, the coach or whatever the fuck, he refused to allow me to do that. And I don't know. I will never understand why he wouldn't let me just have 2 forehands. Because I would fucking wreck shop with 2 forehands. I don't get it.
I force Avi to play left-handed forehand sometime. Is Haley the only woman that can get you hard? I have to think no, but it's been a long time since it's been a I mean, nothing gets me hard at 3 a.m. I don't even know what it is. Turn your hip. No, turn my hips. Dude, I hate this. This feels so. Oh, I see. Still, it just feels. I'm so uncoordinated. Dude, it's like brushing my teeth with my left hand. I feel like I'm going to poke my eye out. Like the brush is going to come out and jab me in the eye. I guess maybe I'm that uncoordinated. Look at all the tennis players going after you. Look at
I don't know.
I was talking to Gabe yesterday and he told me he used to teach tennis. I'm like, geez.
Oh my God. Give me a better reason other than stupid.
Look at this. Caleb used to play tennis with the short bus kids. Jesus.
Yeah, you're fucking right. I did.
Cave Dastro, you just aren't good. Clock. Double backhand sucks. Blame Jimmy Connors. Work on single backhand. Yeah, I totally. If you ever, I've tried all the grips on the hog. You mean like this instead of like this? Totally. I've tried them all. At 52, I'm more attracted to my wife than ever. Maybe it's because I'm competing with 3 other dudes. But it's crazy. I seriously cannot. I've had a resurgence in the last like 2 years of just like, I don't know what the fuck's going on.
A lot of free tea.
Tennis is, probably. Tennis is gay. Tennis is definitely gay. Tennis, golfing, baseball. Baseball is gay. Is the gayest. UFC.
Baseball's the gayest.
Oh, baseball's so gay.
The only way you can make baseball interesting is if you do the 9-9-9 challenge, where you drink a beer, have a hot dog every inning of the game for 9 innings. That's the only way to make it interesting.
I can't even drink beer anymore.
Get fucking hammered and
Drinking beer is gay too.
slam.
I mean that in a good way. Being gay is good. I mean that as a positive thing.
Thank you, Janelle. As someone who's never picked up a racket, sounds reasonable. Thank you. I'm just better at tennis than you fucking idiots.
The thing is, thank you. Sevan's haircut is gay. Thank you. The thing is what Caleb is saying actually requires a shitload of skill. To be able to hit a forehand with your left hand still requires a shitload of skill.
Yeah. That's how I play ping pong. No backhands, all forehands.
Yeah, actually, I play ping. I think I do that too. I think in ping pong I do that too. Actually,
yeah, you just move yourself. If you can't move yourself in time, you switch hands and you got the other hand. You just fucking throw another forehand in there.
Anyway, I'm gonna go garden. That's the gayest of all gay things. It's my favorite gay activity.
Tug weeds. Both hands.
Hold my Ryubi electric weed whacker.
Now we're extra gay here.
And just picture CrossFit dudes naked. Hey, Chase was like commenting on Zione's body, the guy Zione from Italy.
Enrico Zanoni.
Yeah, Enrico Zanoni.
Did he get flamed for it?
No,
Somebody
he
called him
didn't.
up for commenting on a dude's body. How dare he?
No, but he didn't just say it once. Like he ran with it. He's like, someone's like the guy he was commenting with was like, hey, that's not having your shirt off probably isn't the best strategy. And Chase is like, nah, let us stare at his body and shit. He just kept driving it.
Doesn't Chase know he can't do that?
He's gonna find out. Probably the last time we see Chase.
God, what a sad moment.
We'll be back here at 12:30 with the whole posse, John Young's and stuff like that, and JR's. And remember, unbeatable, the man, the greatest living CrossFitter alive, Taylor Self. Tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Workout will be released at probably 8:30 a.m.
Sick.
Anyone can try. Don't worry how good you are. It doesn't even matter. No one can beat him, so you might as well just try. Just be ready. Be somewhere where there's some gym equipment. This week's going to be for sure impossible to beat him.
You better
Can I sign up for a noon class? I totally understand if not. That's my wife. That's how a wife talks to her king. She wants to sign up for like a noon class, like CrossFit or like Pilates or hot yoga or something. And she just texts me, can I sign up for a noon class? I totally understand if not.
She's giving you the illusion of a choice.
Yeah.
That's how women control us.
Totally fine. Go make that ass big.
I knew it.
If you're a dude and your wife asks to go work out and you say no,
you're an idiot.
Yeah, you're gay. That's the test. Haley definitely has a male instructor. Hey, she tells me that these classes she goes to are just full of just chicks, just like tits hanging out. Every chick in there has a perfect body. Instructor has big old fake titties hanging out. She's always inviting me to go. She goes like this. She's like, you got to go. You got to come see all these fucking people in this class. You'd love it. And then she's like, it's really fucking hard. I'm like, no, thank you.
I don't think I would work out.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm just going to go do fucking 5 air squats on the minute for 3 hours in the garage and watch fucking the Lone Ranger podcast.
I can't even work out with my wife and actually not being distracted. You know how hard that is?
Right? Yeah.
And I work out with her every day, and it takes us like 2.5 hours just to work out. Because it's like watching her move the whole time.
Hey, baby. Hey, baby.
Sick butt.
Big old caboose, a dump truck. All right. That's it. I can smell my wife like after 5 minutes. My wife has like no smell to her.
Really? You know, just like, well, do you ever spend time away from her and then come back and you're like, oh yeah, there it is. That's what I was missing.
You know, I don't know, but when I go into every time when I'm done with the podcast, I go into the house and she's in the kitchen. And she wears this spaghetti strap sports bra, like loose thing with no bra, and she has on a pair of like silk boxers that she like got from me out of my drawer that are fucking 3 sizes too tight. And she's in like holding a pan, like dishing eggs out, and I want to fucking like run through a brick wall. You know, I'm just like,
right.
Jesus Christ.
I get what you're saying.
And there's like three other dudes in the room yelling at her. More eggs, more bacon, more eggs.
Shut up, punk ass.
Yeah. How about fuck you? All right. 12:30. Caleb, thank you. Good to see you back in the chat again.
Glad to be here.